for Spark off the left there. They're doing a nice live stream right now.
All right, we'll give them a good wave.
Fly verbal heading, clear for takeoff.
Go ahead, clear for takeoff, watch your right.
Welcome everybody to Minneapolis St. Paul International Airport, here in the Twin Cities of Minneapolis and St. Paul, Minnesota, home to the second busiest Delta hub and the headquarters for Sun Country Airlines. There's a lot of fantastic spotting here at our airport, from a wonderful aircraft viewing area, one of the best in the nation. We're watching aviation action up close, and we welcome you to our first broadcast here in the month of February. And I gotta say, February was brutal. Nothing short of it. And come to expect a brutal winter every year here in Minnesota. That's just the way it goes. After a fall spring at the end of January, we were hopefully looking forward to maybe getting some higher temps in future days, but that just never came. We had over 100 hours of wind chill below zero, but this week we have finally ascended beyond the freezing point. It's 52 degrees out here at the viewing area right now as we open things up from our wonderful airports. And nice to meet you, everybody. I'm Alex Redding, the executive producer of MSP Airport Live. Going to be walking you through all of the action here this afternoon. Now, originally today, we were going to do a full show, but I decided, well, we might get better lighting. We might get a little bit better traffic on Thursday. So I decided to kick the can down the road with that. So we'll have a full broadcast for you on Thursday, a little bit more engaged. I decided to keep our broadcast today here on this Monday to do what we call a touch and go. Well, what is that? Now, this doesn't actually refer to the airport operations that we're going to see here today at MSP. It just refers to the briefer, shorter nature of these pop-up streams.
238, give way to exiting Embraer.
Ground South 3792, 30 left, clearing at Delta, Charlie 16.
Folks, I also want to direct your attention to brand new MSP Airport Live merch. So while we were away, we got our new merchandise storefront up and running. Visit mspairportlivegear.com. Link is in the description. Now, I've also programmed automated links to pop up in the live chat from time to time that will have those links. And there's a ton of stuff on the store. I've got drinkware, I've got hats, hoodies, all sorts of things. But not t-shirts yet, but there's a reason behind that, and that will be made known in the coming weeks. Or in the coming days, even. So while we gear up for live plane spotting, we're going to go ahead and take a look at our notable arrivals and departures for today. We'll start off with our notable arrivals. We'll be catching Sun Country 548 coming in from the southern tip of the Baja California Peninsula. Arriving from San Jose del Cabo and Cabo San Lucas. Around 3:41 with the Gophers Special Livery 737-800, nicknamed Gopher Pod. Looking forward to seeing that wonderful special livery again. We've also got Big Sexy coming in as usual, the A350-900 from Seoul, South Korea. At around 4:55 p.m., they typically run a little bit early if they get a really nice tailwind, which I'm hoping for today. But when we look at the notable departure side of things today, it's a larger stacked lineup than our arrivals. Now keep in mind, this is all the notable, important stuff to stay tuned for. So as you can see, we've got Delta 160 Heavy off to AMS. We've got Delta 152, both with the A330-300s, and Delta 10 Heavy with the A330neo. Those are the usual suspects, but we have a very interesting anomaly today with the heavy departures. Can you guess which one that is? I'm looking right at it. I see you, Delta 9961, with an A330-200 to Atlanta Hartsfield Jackson. This looks to be a repositioning flight. Now, there's an A330-200 that came in earlier today from Tokyo Haneda. Usually that route is flown with the A330-900neo, but the A330-200s do have the range to get from Minneapolis to the Japanese mainland in Tokyo. It's the only two jets that are really capable under load of performing the Minneapolis to Tokyo service. So it's a quick look at our notable departures. While we're at it, we're going to take a brief look at what operations are going to be like today from the aircraft viewing area. We had some charts prepared as well. This is something I probably should have done a long time ago, but nonetheless, better late than never. So here we go. So we're on the northwest flow today. So the 30s are in use. That flag represents our location here at the aircraft viewing area. It's smack dab in the middle of the airport. And so 30 right, the north parallel, 30 left. The active runways right now at MSP Airport. And we're also going to be talking about something interesting going on with one of the runways this year. A major construction project is going to take place from our airport that should make for some very interesting spotting, as it did last year when the north parallel was under construction. So we'll get to the live plane spotting here in just a minute.
238, runway 30 left, line up away, traffic set a 5-mile funnel. 202, Minneapolis ground, runway.
Now, I also want to give a big shout out to our live aviation colleague Peter and friends from LA Flights Live for coming out here and covering our airport. Really the first major channel to come out here and do it. And I'll tell you what, he picked a doozy of a weekend to come out here. It's great getting to connect with him. Big shout out to LA Flights Live. There's a big LA Flights Live community out here. I'm one of them. So yeah, it was a very balmy day in the teens as we take a look at some footage from the Saturday that he was here. Got to bring the pickup truck as well, of course. Comes equipped with all the heavy-duty gear. Getting that big telephone lens. And he handed out a lot of goodie bags and got some pretty interesting departures and arrivals. Got the Eastern 777-200 in the fingerprint livery. Can't remember if it was the first or the second day. Sorry, Peter, I'll have to go back and look.
62, turn left heading 260, contact departure.
Heading 260, contact departure, Delta 9962.
Yeah, it was certainly a special moment for him, and it's great to hear that he'll be back. Looking forward to his return. It's always fun when you get some fresh new faces in here with aviation live streams. And have one of the best to do it. Really cool to see. So, many of you probably heard me earlier when we were looking at our notable arrivals talk about Gopher Pod. What is that special livery? Well, it's done up in the colors of Minnesota Golden Gopher Athletics, maroon and gold for the university. So this was actually captured during our last broadcast on January 30th. And the temperature outside, identical to right now, 52 degrees Fahrenheit. Look at this. Isn't that a sweet livery? Of course, we had magnificent lighting. Yeah, super cool to see that.
Secretary 1914, exit Charlie, contact ground point enter. Charlie 34, contact departure. Wisconsin 2202, Minneapolis Tower, you ready to go? Wisconsin 2202, flighting 360, runway 30 left, clear for takeoff.
Second 1914, hold short of Charlie 2 on Charlie.
Sorry about that. Network is doing weird things. Seem to have fixed it. Not sure what the problem was. We should be doing okay now, thankfully.
3605, Minneapolis Tower, traffic ahead will be on the roll, runway 30 left, line up away.
All right, we're going to pull up some of your comments and we're going to get to the live plane spotting here. Wanted to make sure that everyone was taken care of and that we did our best to kind of preview what's going to happen here today. Lee Harris says the snow piles are melting well. Well, yeah, heck yeah. It is muddy out here at the viewing area. It's muddy. I'll show some images of that in a little bit, hopefully. Christopher Cotton says, good evening from Pasadena, California. Well, good afternoon from Minneapolis, St. Paul to you, Christopher. Thank you for tuning in.
605, flighting 280, runway 30 left, clear for takeoff, 126010, gust 17.
Philip from PLM Aviation, our live streaming colleagues over across in Europe. Philip says, good day, Alex. Need to go to sleep now, but I wish you and everyone here a good live stream here in Germany. February is cold due to strong winds. Well, stay warm, Philip. Happy streaming as well. Philip is a live streaming channel that does live broadcasts from Zurich International and Munich International. Pretty interesting stuff.
6011, gust 17.
Good afternoon, Robbie. Thank you for tuning in. Looks to be a great day for plane spotting here at Minneapolis St. Paul International.
Do 605, turn left heading 260, contact departure.
260 departure, second 3605.
Sun Country 605 off to Phoenix Sky Harbor.
4 up, you're ready.
It's going to be our first
Minneapolis Tower, flighting 280.
in-frame departure of the day. Next up for departure on 30 left, we got Sun Country 419 off to Miami. The 737-800.
505, Mounts ground, push approval.
Number 851 Sierra Yankee will be in command of that flight.
505, affirmative, push approval, 930 right.
Now, as you could probably see with just a little bit of camera jitter present, and also through our microphones picking it up, it is a little bit windy out here today, but it's not bad.
360, right, clear for takeoff, traffic's 2 out.
Not quite down the pipe for 30 left or 30 right. Certainly blowing close enough in the right direction. Takeoffs have been pretty good today so far.
Contact via Papa.
26012.
Right, here's our Sun Country 737 Tide Pod off to Miami, Florida.
0 right.
contact departure.
Further left 260, good day, Sun Country 490.
2963, contact departure.
It's Delta 2963 off to DCA. It's with an A320-200, an ex-Northwest A320. All of the Airbus A320-200s and the 319s in Delta's fleet were originally at one point wearing the Northwest Airlines colors. That's right. All of them were flying for Northwest at one point.
Country 4, 23 miles ground, push approved, runway 30 left.
Push approved, 30 left, Sun Country 423.
Air 1 radar contact 10 miles southwest of Minneapolis International, clear to enter the Bravo, the altimeter 2964, Sagan, the hospital. Sorry, one more time. The Abbott. 262, turn right, contact ground point 9er.
Right, and ground point 9 or Delta 26.2, or 26.2. Ground Delta 2062, we're off on Alpha going to gate Foxtrot 7.
Delta 2062, man's ground, taxi via Mike 6, cross runway 4.
Mike 6, cross runway 4, Delta 2062.
All right, next up for arrival, Sun Country 306 from Punta Gorda, Florida.
What's Zulu, who's ready to taxi? Delta 505, runway 30 right, taxi via Papa. Secretary 3067, turn left at Charlie and contact ground point 9er.
Left at Charlie over ground point 9, Secretary 306. Can you just confirm we're cleared to cross runway 22 at Mike 6?
Delta 2062, affirmative.
306 Charlie going to Hotel 5.
Secretary 306, advance ground taxi via Charlie and Tango, Delta, to your gate.
Charlie Tango, Delta, to your gate, Secretary 306.
Skywest 182 Juliet, runway 30 right, taxi via Papa. Delta 505 and Embraer joins Papa ahead of you.
We got Alaska Flight 555 off to Seattle, Tacoma.
Symmetry 306.
Service with the 737, 900 ER going off the north parallel. That's 30 right today.
Air 1, you have the 73 right to left off the nose inside there.
And again, we're at that northwest traffic flow, so we're going to see arrivals and departures on the 30s.
From that traffic, caution wake turbulence. They will be out climbing you, but the wake's still going to be
Opposite
there.
end of us here at the viewing area, but we still have a pretty good line of sight.
Get to Fox 7.
Delta 22, you can just proceed in from there.
Okay, we'll proceed in from here. Ground, Sun Country 423, ready taxi.
Secretary 423, runway 30 left, taxi via Delta Whiskey.
30 left, Delta Whiskey, Sun Country 423.
Sun Country 306, behind company, head to your left. Taxi in via Tango and Delta.
Roger that, after company. Tango and Delta to the gate, signature 306.
Hello.
Hey, how are you?
Good.
Delta 2068, may have ground, push approved, runway 30 left.
Yeah, MSP
Push approved, 30 left, Delta 2068.
Aviation enthusiast, plane spotting and whatnot. So.
Okay.
Sick, my girl would love that. You
Yeah,
might
I
turn
just
that on now.
we came in and we saw you had all the gear, so we figured you up something serious. You know, so.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Pretty sweet job.
Yeah,
Have
that's
to watch
pretty
the
cool.
airplanes.
Yeah, it's a side gig for me, but you know, it's pretty interesting, especially this facility here. You see a lot from our vantage point. Most airports don't even get this close, so
Yeah, I mean we're in the middle of the airport. So.
basically, yeah.
Delta.
More departures today, if anything else. Maybe we'll see some arrivals around 30s, but
They only just taken off and landing on the two parallels right now.
Delta 1605, man's ground, push approved, runway 30 left.
later because the departures are really going to ramp up, especially the big
40 runway 30 right, clear for takeoff.
3:30. I was wondering maybe there's a chance they could take off the big one right here.
They always take off from this runway right here,
Oh,
unless
okay.
if they're too heavy, they'll take off cross the runway, but they never go north side.
Okay.
They never go north side because of the runway space, and you need to have enough runway at the end for emergency situations and other reasons. But there are wingspan restrictions on some of the taxiways over there, and there are a couple taxiways where aircraft cannot sit. They cannot sit, and that's confirmed by a controller. So I mean, it's very rare that they'll go north side, but that's if there's a congestion thing.
Alright.
We'll send them in. But they are almost always going to be like 99.99% of the time on this runway here out in front or this crossing. So you're in the right spot.
Alright,
So
cool.
yeah. The A350 coming in later from Seoul. I want to check that out as well too. That's a Delta flagship.
That'll be cool.
Yeah,
You know
for sure.
what time is that coming out?
Around like 5.
Delta 505, minutes there, 126012, runway 30 right, line of point.
Catch it on YouTube.
Yeah.
Later.
We gotta
Yeah.
head back up.
YouTube.
We live in Duluth, so we're just
Nice.
visiting. So
Yeah.
Yeah, I want to try and make it up to the Duluth Air Show this year. And
it's
It's
cool.
cool.
yeah, it's lit.
Yeah.
Alright, well,
American
Thank you
17,
so
6 minutes
much.
ground, push approved, runway 30 left. Push approved, 30 left.
Got a couple folks stop by and say hi. Always like greeting the
The
many people checking out our live broadcast from the viewing area.
Air Shuttle 6075, turn at Delta, contact ground point enter. Delta point 9,
And also great to see many of you on our live broadcast today. Thank you so much for tuning in to Minneapolis St. Paul Line Plane Spotting. And despite the brutal month of February that we've had,
Delta 2668, runway 30 left, taxi via Delta Alpha. Delta Alpha 30 left, Air Shuttle 60, Delta, parking go by. Air Shuttle 675, slide over to Charlie, and then Charlie 5 into the gate behind Delta Airbus 321. I will go over to Charlie, and then Charlie 5 behind the 321.
6075 at Embraer ERJ from George Bush Intercontinental Airport in Houston, Texas.
30 left, taxi via Quebec, Charlie Alpha. Go 3686 minutes there, 127015, goes 21, only 30 right, it's clear to land. We're tugged from Fox 14, say again. Zero contact departures, yeah. Super Tug Heavy from, sorry, what was your numbers and from where to, I'm sorry, say it all again.
Thank you very much. I wouldn't keep my boats working when they were here, so...
Super Tug 4 Heavy, hold your push. We got a couple aircraft taxiing behind you. I'll call you back. Delta 1619 minutes ground, push approved, runway 30 left. Look 942, Minneapolis Tower, wind 27014, gust 21, runway 30 left, cleared to land, traffic will hold in position.
Here, but
30 left, clear to land, 942.
Goldberg down my nose that spot for Peter, but he said he's coming back officially this summer.
He's told me that some guys are we actually didn't know about all our seasonal stuff. I'm like, dude,
Really?
you don't know about our seasonal stuff here? Like, we have like a ton of international stuff here.
Yeah, I mean,
It's like, dude, where are you?
yeah, and it kind of sounds like the MSP spotters really like them coming here, so I'm coming.
He got a lot of views with the second day, which was good.
Did Josh come here or not?
No, I think it's
I wonder where Josh is at. Or,
he's probably out in LA.
yeah, but I noticed he hasn't been on the shows and that as much, so. But yeah, it is what it is, though. But so,
Yeah, cool. I thought I'd get that to you. Good to see you, dude.
thank you. Good seeing you again too. Figured today I'd get the afternoon rush because I see we got an A330-200 at Moore to Atlanta. I noticed.
Delta 2605, any instruction, turn left on Bravo, short of the tunnel. Zero left, line up and wait, traffic 5 mile final.
Was that for Delta 1605?
Delta 1605, affirmative, turn left on Bravo, short of the tunnel.
Bravo short of the tunnel, 1605.
Super Tuck 4 heavy, your push is approved. Human F number 2 and 26014, runway 30 right, clear to land. American 1726, runway 30 left, taxi via Delta, Bravo, short of the tunnel.
So there's Sun Country's Gopher Pod special livery done up in the maroon and gold for the University of Minnesota Golden Gopher Athletics.
Taxi via Charlie, Tango, Delta Trugate.
Charlie, Tango, and Delta.
Sun Country Airlines is also the official charter airline of the University of Minnesota's athletic programs.
Super Tuck 4 heavy, proceed via Alpha, hold short of Delta.
I really love the collaboration on this rendition of the Tide Pod livery.
Delta 1605 behind.
Also
the
really
heavy
like
off
the
your
addition
right,
of
continue
the
via Alpha.
University of Minnesota monogram, that M.
American 1706 up the tunnel, rejoin Alpha. Left, taxi via Alpha.
This is Sun Country Flight 423, off to sunny
Turn
SoCal,
left, contact ground point 8.
headed off to LAX.
Sun Country 423, turn left heading 260, contact departure.
260, go depart, Sun Country 423, opening.
We've also got another departure queuing up for takeoff on 30 left. Delta 2658 off to Salt Lake City with an A321-200.
Sun Country 942, turn left, and contact ground on point 9, we'll see you.
Turn ground point 9, Sun Country 942, go.
American, continue via
Sun
Delta
Country
Gate.
Flight 942 from Sarasota, Florida.
12, fly runway heading
Been to
30 left,
SRQ once. Actually visited SRQ back in May of last year.
Taxi via Delta.
Taxi via Delta, Sun Country 942.
7540, my mistake, taxi via...
Ooh, looks like
left
somebody
turn,
might be
whiskey, and
getting a
then
new
Delta
gate
Gate.
over there.
Alright, Whiskey Delta, Sun Country 942.
Sun Country 387, Minneapolis ground. Push approved. Runway 30 left.
Push approved, Sun Country 387.
Sun Country 407, Minneapolis ground. Push approved. Runway 30 left.
Push approved, 30 left.
Delta 2025, Minneapolis Air, good afternoon. Traffic departs ahead. Wind 27012, runway 30 left. Clear to land.
Ready to land on 30 left, Delta.
Go for now. Got company pushing back in your way.
Right, hold short at Tango, Sun Country 942.
Yeah, looks like we're getting a gate reassign here. For
942.
A330 Neo.
Turn right on Tango, left on runway.
I want to say that's the A330 Neo that'll be in charge of Delta 10 Heavy tonight.
Tango, runway 22 and Sierra to the gate, entry 942.
All right, here's Delta off to Salt Lake City.
Your gate, push down, see a couple minutes. Tower traffic coming Delta 2658, turn left heading 260, contact departure.
Left turn heading 260 over to departure Delta 2658.
All right, well, if you like the A321, we've got another one here departing for Delta shortly, off to Fort Lauderdale in Florida.
Sky 3942, the runway's available.
So the
If you want to
building
turn
is
left or
obscuring
discretion,
it.
Contact ground point 8.
Well, if you look close enough, when they're actually lining up with the runway, you can see them getting ready to go. And here they come off to Fort Lauderdale.
Monitor ground on point 8. Delta 1619, turn left heading 260, contact departure.
Love the Delta
Left turn 260 up to
321s.
departure. Have a good day, Delta 1619.
Well, the departures are going to keep on coming here. We got a couple more lined up. We got Delta 1605 off to St. Louis Lambert with a 717-200. And then trailing that in the Q4 departures on 30 left, American Airlines 1756.
American 23, Zulu current. Metro 942, sorry for the zigzag route. You have a great day.
No worries, 942.
We got an arrival coming into frame here in just a little bit, and that looks to be what I think it is. We've got a 757. And it's a 757-200 from Atlanta.
Second 730 left, taxi via Delta Whiskey.
30 left via Delta Whiskey, 73887.
Secretary 407, wait for company with orange and white colors to pull into Hotel 2, and then Delta Whiskey to runway 30 left. Turn right and cut to ground point 9, we'll see.
Right, point 9, Delta 2855.
Delta 2825 minutes, contact via Alpha.
Yeah, Alpha, Delta 2855.
Runway 30 left, line of away, traffic 16 on a 4-mile file.
So look at that. It's one of the 757s without winglets.
Secretary 407, proceed.
Proceed, Secretary 407.
Delta 780, Minneapolis ground, push approved, runway 30 right. Secretary 1914, waiting for another.
Here comes our Boeing
orange and white
717-200
behind
at
that,
St.
taxi into Charlie
Louis.
2.
Alright, traffic, taxi via Charlie 2, Country, 1914.
1756, 126013, fly runway heading runway 30 left, cleared for takeoff. left heading 260, contact departure. See.
Left heading 260 over to departure, Delta 1605, good day.
Southwest 2791, Minneapolis Tower number 2, 127014.
Look at that, another rapid fire departure. Here we go. American Airlines 1756 off to Sky Harbor in Phoenix.
American 1756, turn left heading 28 to the 0 now, contact departure.
Well, folks, we've got more departures on the docket. We've got Delta 28, or correction, 2264. Off to Tampa in just a short bit on the 737-900ER, then also taxiing right now to the threshold of 30 left for departure. So Country 387 to Fort Myers, Southwest Florida International.
American 2953, runway 30 left. Make a left turn to Charlie 6, Charlie Alpha.
We got Wee Man arriving here on the South Parallel. We got a NetJets corporate charter from Napa. So with an Embraer Phenom 300.
Turn left on Whiskey and contact ground control on point 9er.
So like all the biz jets, they'll be headed over to Signature. MSP Airport also does see General Aviation here, and they also go to Signature.
437, Minneapolis ground, correction 434, Minneapolis ground taxi via Whiskey 6. Delta 2264, Minneapolis ground.
Do I see Iceman out there? Oh, yes, I do.
Delta 780, runway 30 right, taxi via Delta, short of Quebec.
So there we go. We got Iceman on the move over the IDS trucks. Kind of moseying around there on the 12 right de-ice pad in front of MSP Tower.
Look at the 387, Minneapolis Tower, 126013, runway 30 left, line up point. Southwest 2791, turn left on Able, turn left on Whiskey, contact ground point 9.
Okay, left on Whiskey, ground point 9, Southwest 2791.
Holy cow, did they go long?
Look at the 387, fly runway heading, runway 30 left, clear for takeoff.
Whiskey going to gate, Country 358,
Had a couple check-in at once. Sun Country 3058, Minneapolis Tower, traffic departing ahead, 127013, runway 30 left, clear to land. Jazz 719, Minneapolis Tower number 2, 127013, runway 30 right, clear to land. traffic, 5 mile final, wind 27012, gust 21, fly runway heading.
There's our Sun Country flight off to Southwest Florida International Airport.
Copy, sir. 22.
Also got Sun Country 407 off to San Diego, California, and Endeavor Flight 5062 to Cincinnati, Northern Kentucky International Airport. About to get out of here.
Left turn heading 260, Sun Country 327.
Jazz 719, traffic will hold in position.
It's going to be a little bit before our flights get off and about to wherever they need to go.
Negative 387, contact departure.
Oh, departure still on, Sun Country 327.
Well,
looks like Endeavor Flight's about to get out of here.
4 miles in trail.
Well, they're already on the roll.
6011, runway 30 right, clear to land. Gust 4270, mid-after hour, traffic connect 5 mile final, runway 30 right, land at point. EM 5115, turn left 18.
There we go. CRJ time. Let's give it up for the Bombardier CRJ 900LR.
Skyless 4270, turn right heading 340, runway 30 right, cleared for takeoff on 26011.
Oh boy, we got quite the line queuing up now. It's not a terribly big line, I know.
Left heading 260, contact departure.
260 departure, number 52.
But it is a line of aircraft that are about to get out of here. Ooh, Smurf jet coming in. This is a Sun Country 737-800 Boeing converted freighter. Painted in the Prime Air colors. It's chartering for Amazon Prime Air. It's an arrival from Cincinnati.
November 313 Tango Romeo, minutes air traffic holds in position, wind 25012, runway 30 left, cleared to land, and just confirm you guys are parked in signature line.
That's correct. Boeing 62 and 30 left.
Thank you. Security 3058, turn left at the Mike intersection and contact ground point 9.
Left at Mike, ground point 9, 30.
Oh yeah, taxi on Mike.
Flight 340, contact departure, see you later.
Ground, good afternoon, Sun Country 3058, parking at West Park.
Sun Country 3058, may I ask ground taxi via Mike Sierra November, hold short runway 17.
Mike Sierra November, sort of 17, Sun Country 3058.
So here we go, taxi on Mike, only 300 feet away.
Beachline Air 660, Mike Whiskey, man, ground. Runway 30 left, taxi via Whiskey. 4075, runway heading runway 30 left, clear for takeoff. Delta 2264, minutes down, runway 30 left, final away, traffic 5.5 mile final. Beachline Zimmick Whiskey, monitor tower 126.7. Sun Country 3068 on November, cross runway 17.
All right, here's Sun Country 407 off to San Diego, California.
Cross 17.
The 737-800 in the Tide Pod livery. Let's watch and listen.
1.9 again, traffic holding in position. Secretary 416, minutes there, number 2, traffic holding in position. Delta 2264, final runway heading runway 30 left, cleared for takeoff. Zero Mike, let's go back runway 30 right, taxi via Alpha, Delta, Papa.
Alpha Delta Papa to the right? Or Zero Mike? Ground Delta 2249, we're right.
Well, we've got more departures on 30 left. Next up to launch, Delta 2264 to Tampa, Florida.
CRJ.
9 to CRJ via Alpha 30 left, Delta 2249.
Actor 1 minute, altimeter 2964, clear of the Bravo airspace to the west. 7407, contact departure. 417. Whiskey, monitor ground on point 9er. Beachline, Whiskey, monitor ground, point 8. Right, Air Care 1, radar contact, altitude indicates 1,200. Delta 2264, turn left heading 260 when you're established there, contact departure.
260, that departure, Delta 22.
You know, I just thought of something.
Approve, runway 30 left.
Okay, FCRJ pushing Delta 1.
We need a conga line counter.
2953,
So we now have 5 aircraft that are queuing up for departure on 30 left. As this arrival floats down gently to make contact with the pavement.
Wind 260 at 8, gust 19er. Boeing 3 Tango Romeo, turn left at Charlie if you can make that one. Join taxiway Whiskey and contact ground on point 9er.
Charlie and Whiskey over to ground.
Holy cow! That's the new Olympia Aviation 737. It's the charter plane for the Detroit Tigers and the Detroit Red Wings. Holy smokes! Welcome to Minneapolis.
Have a good day.
Whiskey 6, 3 Tango Romeo.
Air Care 1, you're exiting the Bravo airspace to the west. Maintain VFR. Frequency changes approved. We'll see you.
Certainly was not expecting to see that aircraft today. First time I've seen it. I've seen their MD-80. That aircraft has since been retired. Got to see it back when it came in 2022. Towards the end of the hockey season for the Red Wings.
Southwest 287 on 30 right, taxi via Delta hold short runway 30 left.
Delta short of 30 left, Southwest 287.
Oh, that's actually not.
American 2953, traffic to 1 o'clock and
Sun Country 416 from Miami, Florida.
We'll be looking American 2953.
7416, you can turn left on the runway or Mike taxiway and contact ground point 9 as we move towards the gate. 22 over to ground, Sun Country 416. Step 4015, flight runway heading runway 30 left, clear to takeoff. American 2953, you're well above them now, you can contact departure, we'll see you.
Have a good day, American 2953. Ground Sun Country 416, 22 for Hotel 1.
Sun Country 416, minutes ground taxi via runway 22 and
Ooh.
Sierra. 22 Sierra, Sun Country 416.
So behind the taxiing Sun Country arrival from Miami, Florida, Delta 160 Heavy has pushed back and
Monitor tower on 126.7.
it'll be ready to go lickety-split here off to Amsterdam. Got another CRJ departing on the south parallel there. Endeavor Flight 4815 to Columbus, John Glenn.
Endeavor 4815, contact departure. Departure, Endeavor 4815. Southwest 287, Minnesota Delta, cross runway 30 left, continue via Delta Papa, monitor ground point 8.
30 left, Delta Papa,
Negative 310, Charlie works, contact ground point 9, we'll see you later.
Charlie, ground point 9, Sun Country 310. Sun Country 310, exiting left on Hotel Inn.
Sun Country 310, Minneapolis ground, taxi via Charlie, Charlie 1.
Charlie 1, Sun Country 310.
Delta 160 Heavy, runway 30 left, taxi via Alpha. Interfly runway heading, runway 30 left, clear takeoff.
I hear the buzz and the rumble of some propellers.
Left line of 12609er.
That's the Marvin Windows Beechcraft 1900D off to RRT. It's the airport code for Warroad, Minnesota on the Canadian border. Typically, we'll see them depart on the south parallel since they're in and out of signature pretty frequently.
Go 3848, fly runway heading, runway 30 left, let's take off. Delta 2249, Minnesota 12608, runway 30 left, flying up point. Charlie 2. Ultra Charlie 2, okay, ground report ready for reposition. Super Tuck 4, proceed via Bravo, Delta, Papa. Bravo, Delta, Papa, Super 4.
Endeavor 4826 off to Naptown.
860, contact departure.
Naptown is the nickname given to Indianapolis, Indiana. If you need an explanation as to why it's called that, I would consult the internet. Interesting story behind how the city got that nickname. More CRJ action here off 30 left.
So 2249, flyer, my heading, 23 left. 763, Minnesota, 7 mile, final, only 30 left, final right. Go 3948, turn left heading 260. Let me know if you see the CRJ right now that you're at 10 o'clock and about 2 miles out of 3,800.
This flight's off to Omaha Epley in Nebraska. And pretty soon we'll have Delta 160 Heavy thundering down 30 left on its way over to the Netherlands tonight.
Yesterday, 948, thanks. Looks like they're already on a diverging heading there on the 260 heading. Contact departure. We'll see you.
Also got another Endeavor Air departure here in just a moment after this arrival. Off to Des Moines, Iowa. Beg your pardon. This is a departure for Delta, an A321. Delta 2249 off to Las Vegas. Harry Reid with the A321-200 in command. I call the A321 the Cadillac of Delta Airlines. Comfortable, reliable, they fly excellent. It's a really great ride. Ooh.
Delta 2249.
I spy
260, contact departures, yeah.
something interesting over there. Looks like we've got the Bombardier Dash 8 Q400 about ready to rock and roll off to Regina, Saskatchewan for WestJet. Now, they'll be going off the north parallel, but we'll still see them from the aircraft viewing area here. Always love seeing the Dash 8s.
For 5063, turn left heading 260, contact departure today. Left.
Here's our Endeavor CRJ flight off to Des Moines, Iowa. Flight 5063. Have a terrific day.
Number 4952, but I have shown on.
And also looks like our next departure will be Delta 160 Heavy off to AMS with that A330-300. Cannot wait for it.
Depends on what your date is. 4952, taxi via Papa.
Taxi via Papa,
Encore 3739, right back to Encore 3739, runway 30 taxi via Bravo, Delta, Papa.
Hey, thank you so much, buddy. Elias, welcome to Main Cabin Plus, a new MSP Airport Live member. That's right, we got memberships available if you want to support the channel monthly. Thank you so much to our existing MSP Airport Live members, and also thank you so much, Elias, a fan of the channel, took that next step. It means so much. Thank you so much, buddy, for your membership. And our memberships will also give you an interactive live plane spotting experience. We've got some fun emojis that you can use, all that stuff.
160 heavy, minutes there, 12607, runway 30 left.
All right, looks like we'll have our friend RJ Bean joining the broadcast today. Just after 4 p.m. Missed having her on the broadcast. RJ's got a lot of fun stories to tell. Always love having her on.
87, turn right, kind of ground point enter.
Her dad was a very renowned captain for Northwest Airlines. Big family history with Northwest, which used to be the dominant player here at MSP Airport by far. This was their citadel. This was their headquarters here in the Twin Cities. Now, it wasn't their largest hub. That would be Detroit Metro.
87 taxi via Delta Papa. They wait for you.
And growing up here in the Twin Cities, I can certainly attest to being around during the days of Northwest and just really enjoyed seeing all those red tails everywhere.
And the compass livery.
Northwest had very flashy paint schemes, such as the bowling shoe from 1989 until about maybe 2002, 2003. And then the silver bullet scheme, which this A330 once wore on its way to AMS. We'll see it come down the runway here in just a second off to the Netherlands tonight. We also can't forget the thermometer scheme. That was the look of Northwest, a Northwest Orient in the 80s, better part of the 70s as well. You can find all that information about the Northwest Airlines corporate identity and so much more by visiting our friends over at the Northwest Airlines History Center. We're going to have a grand reopening in early March next month.
1471, but I'm approved.
All right, here comes the 333 off to MS.
Delta 160 Heavy, turn right heading 340, contact departure, have a good day.
Use heading 340 over to departure, good day, Delta 160 Heavy.
Delta 1630, 1260 at 8, fly runway heading, runway 30 left, clear for takeoff.
So Delta 1630 off to Kansas City, Missouri. Should be going any minute now.
Delta 1025, ready. Delta 1025, runway 30 left, taxi via Quebec, Charlie Alpha. Charlie Alpha, 301 Delta 1025. Delta 198, Minneapolis Tower, 12608, runway 30 left, clear climb. So 215, Minneapolis ground, push approved, runway 30 left. Push approved, runway 30 left, country. So 310 ground, they're pushing your gate now. I'm going to give it about a minute and a half, 2 minutes here, and I'll get you closer.
Secretary 3057 taxi Zulu.
Secretary 3057, runway 30 left, taxi via Lima 6, cross runway 35.
Here's MSP Tower,
Yankee, Whiskey.
rocking it as usual.
30 left,
Give a big
Lima
shout out
6,
to our
35,
controllers
Kilo,
on duty today.
Yankee, Whiskey, Secretary 3057.
Secretary 310.
I'm just about to go into that finish right here. But basically, that's
Ghost 48262, heading 300, contact departure, good day.
yeah, my dad was there.
Tim, come back.
Oh, he retired now.
Ground Delta 1036, we're pushing down to Alpha. Delta 1036, runway 30 left, taxi via Alpha. Take off.
But basically, John, I think they should reach out to you. Yeah. I just don't know what
Will you be permission? Might not.
That's something I really keep out on.
Charlie Craft Fest weather information back to segment 3 Central Minnesota, South Dakota, available flight service restricted.
I was wondering, are you like, if you were an air traffic controller or not? But
No.
Charlie Craft, come back to segment 3 Central thunderstorms in South Dakota area, available through flight service restricted, please.
No, actually, I don't. I have a background in broadcasting. I'm a huge aviation fan, and decided, well, I'm just gonna, put, my own assets and stuff together.
yeah, I texted my brother's. Well, is he done now? Wait, he would have been done now. He works over at the airport, so I sent him a link. I'm like, hey, check this out. And my dad's watching it from home, and my dad.
Spearwing 1773, Minneapolis Tower, 12508, runway 30 right, good line.
Saturday nights watching all the planes land, and that was all pre-September 11th.
I've been in the tower at Chicago here.
Oh, that would be busy. Yeah, my dad started out at Minneapolis.
Let me guess,
Center
airport
before it
watch.
was-
No.
No.
My mother's
Whoa.
Delta 1471, taxi.
was
Delta 1471, runway 30 left, taxi via Alpha, join behind an Airbus, please.
birthday one time.
Okay, 30 left Alpha, and we'll follow an Airbus in the CM Delta 1471.
Oh, sure.
I actually got to like go up and
Yeah. I know. Like I said, my mom would drop us on Friday nights. My brother.
Hey, Ronan, good to see you today. Ronan Faraday, one of our amazing MSP Airport Live channel members, saying hello from Ireland. Well, good afternoon here from Minneapolis, St. Paul. If we could send some of the good weather your way.
Zulu, push approved, runway 30 right. 3039, Minutes Tower, traffic hold in position.
Good afternoon, Thomas.
08, runway 30
Thomas
left,
says,
clear
good
line.
afternoon, everybody. Mike Aviation, today is 9 months watching MSP Live. Well, thank you so much, Mike, for your continued viewership. It means a lot. And I'm serious, that really does. Thank you. And thank you so much to our channel members and our regular viewers on the channel. Really helps me out here. And it's great to know that we have a base of people that are into live plane spotting here at Minneapolis, St. Paul. And it's a really great airport to take in the sights and sounds of aviation. Daniel Swanson says the Wings and Wild play tomorrow night. That's the Red Wings. Thank you, Daniel. I had a feeling it was the Red Wings.
It is a Red Wings.
I'm a big Red Wings fan, by the way, if you guys don't know.
On Whiskey, left runway 4, Secretary 3057.
I just haven't been following the schedule too much recently. But I know for a fact, as I also follow baseball pretty regularly, spring training is going to be starting up here pretty soon, but for the Detroit Tigers, they're a little ways away.
At 198, the Neptune, taxi Alpha, cross me 4. Zero 8, fly runway heading, runway 30 left, let's go take off.
All right, looks like we're going to get a Smurf jet departure. This is off to Cincinnati. Look at that. We got a wardrobe malfunction. So that'll be rocketing off 30 left here in just a bit. As the heat is on from Minneapolis St. Paul International Airport, there's still plenty of action, plenty of daylight remaining. If you like what you see here at MSP Airport Live, smash that like button, smash that subscribe button. Helps me out. It helps the channel out too. Looking to have a fantastic year in 2025. Looking to upgrade more of our kit, maybe add some new gear, maybe go to some new places. It all helps.
608, runway 30 left, clear to land.
This is Delta 1036 off to Atlanta. Hartsfield Jackson with a 737 in command. And our next Delta departure up Delta 1025 off to the Rockies. Well, the foothills of the Rockies at Denver, Colorado. The Mile High City, as it's also known. Oh, it's a very Minnesotan thing to say. It's part of our vernacular up here in the land of 10,000 lakes. You got Spirit with one of their A320 Neos. That is taxiing towards its gate. It's in the armpit of Concourse E at Terminal 1. That's where that's going to. It's a fresh arrival from Detroit Metro.
09er, runway 30 left, cleared to land. Got 3753 traffic, be an Airbus holding a position also.
Whoops. Sorry about that. Lost track of our prime air arrival from AFW. It's another 737 Boeing converted freighter. Going a little long on the landing roll here on this Monday arrival.
Circuit 3039, turn left at the end, taxi via Yankee. You can cross runway 1735 and then join Lima to the ramp, and just monitor ground point 9 as you go.
Alright, Whiskey 10, Yankee, cross 17, Lima into the ramp, Sun Country, 3039.
Pitch 593, can't let you in the air for about 15 minutes. You able to make a right turn out there? United 467, minutes, starting number 3 to the runway, traffic will hold in position, wind 2509, runway 30 left, clear to land. Security 107, Epsilon, push approved, runway 30 left.
Push approved, 30 left, 30 left.
Got plenty more departures on the way, much more Sun Country and Delta here. You will not find a greater concentration of arrivals and departures for Sun Country Airlines at any other airport except MSP.
Delta 1025, minutes error, traffic on the 4 mile final 12508 9er. Runway 30 left, line going, just be ready to go for me.
Runway 30 left, Delta 1025.
Delta 2287, runway 30 left, taxi Alpha.
Alpha 30 left, Delta 2287.
Delta 1250, turn right at Delta, taxi towards your gate, contact ground point 9 as you go.
Delta, taxi to the gate, ground point 9, Delta 1250.
Delta 1025, 12508 9er. The departure and turn left heading 260, runway 30 left. Clear to take off.
Delta 1020, taxi 016, take off, ground Delta 1250, vacating. The runway with Delta parking toxic.
1250, but empty on taxi to the gate.
Delta 1250.
All right, more arrivals and departures. Love that. It's pesky Paul.
Go 3753, go around, climb and maintain 3000, turn left heading 280.
Climb maintain 3000, heading 280,
Oh, somebody's on the go. We got to go around. Spacing was too tight. Oh, they're going to come right over us.
Delta 1025, flight runway heading on the turn for you.
Runway heading Delta 1025.
Holy cow, they went exactly right over us here at the aircraft viewing area. There's our go-around.
260, climb and maintain 6000.
260, climb maintain 6000, and thanks for the heads up. It's coming through the 53. Secretary 617, circuit taxi.
7617, correction, 6607, was it off 3?
617.
617, stand by, I'm looking at something different here.
So much for this being a dead Monday, I'll tell you what. I had pretty low expectations coming here to the viewing area this afternoon.
Philadelphia Delta Whiskey, Secretary 617.
And up to 6000.
260, we'll go up 6000 now, Skywest 373.
Thankfully, the spotting activity today has
Contact approach 124.7.
surged beyond what I could have possibly thought today was going to turn out to be.
1471, wind 2508, runway 30 left.
Expectations shattered.
Country 107 is ready for taxi.
Security 107, runway 30 left, taxi via Delta Whiskey.
30 left, the Delta Whiskey, Country 107.
3617, they're moving there.
Yep.
Turn right, runway 4, kind of ground point 9.
Turn right, runway 4, ground point 9.
Here's United from Chicago O'Hare with a 737 MAX A to the point.
2612, but I'm trying to push food, runway 30 left.
Let's put it 30 left, up to 2612. 30 left.
United 732 minutes, air traffic holds in position, 12508, runway 30 left, clear to land.
Runway 30 left, United 732.
Taxi via runway 4, Charlie 6, Delta, Quebec.
Hey, runway 4, Charlie 6, Delta, Quebec, United 467.
So the flight that we just saw go around was SkyWest 3753 from Madison, Wisconsin, an Embraer E175LR.
Country 3057 minutes, air traffic 7 mile, final 12409.
Instructed to be on the go because of spacing issues. The spacing got way too close for what's allowable, and at that point it's like, all right, go around, climb and maintain whatever feet that we instruct you to maintain, says ATC.
District 5593, you're ready to move. District 5593, runway 30 right, taxi via runway 4.
Trevor, who's one of our big fans, he's out here at the aircraft viewing area spotting with us.
Hello, everyone.
We'll get you on camera here in a second, Trevor, after we catch the departing 717, but he was telling me that he could see that go-around coming before it was called, just based on the spacing. He's been spotting for a long time.
Delta 1471, turn left, heading
Delta 1471 off to Chicago O'Hare.
Departure, good day, Delta 1471.
Don't know how much longer we're going to be seeing the 717s for Delta Airlines, but
7215, minus 730 left, line of OH, traffic on a 4 mile final, Airbus.
something's flying over the airfield there. Looks like a Dassault Falcon. And indeed it is. It's a Dassault Falcon 50. They have not disclosed their flight information to flight radar. They're currently at 4,250 feet up in the air, doing about 253 knots right now. See that from time to time. All right, here we go, everybody.
I got you 215, 124010, fly runway heading runway 30 left, quick takeoff. Country 3057, turn left heading 260, contact departure.
Left turn 260 over departure, Secretary 3057.
It's off to Cincinnati, Northern Kentucky International in the Prime Air livery. Sun Country has a big contract with Amazon Prime Air to haul cargo. It's a side business for them, but it pays well. Want some more Sun Country? Here is a flight off to Tampa, Florida with the Tide Pod livery 737-800.
Delta 2287, Mass Air 124011, gust 17, runway 30 left, line of point.
Next up, we got United 732.
215, turn left heading 260, contact departure.
Now arriving from Denver, Colorado.
215.
And again, the spacing is really close between arrivals and departures when we're on the 30s.
2612, runway 30 left, taxi via Delta Alpha.
So unfortunately, I was not able to swing over to the right in time to catch the touchdown of our United flight from Denver, but that's okay.
Ground United 732, we are on Charlie going to gate Echo 9.
Got it 732, but Amsterdam, taxi via Charlie 5. Turn right at Charlie 5 behind an Airbus that's outbound. 5010, gust 17, runway 30 left, line of point.
Gate Echo 9, United 732.
All right, next up for departure on 30 left, we got Delta 2287 off to Phoenix Sky Harbor. And there they come.
Got it 732, they'll be passing opposite direction off your right on Delta there.
That's
2287, turn left heading 260, contact departure.
260 departure on 2027, good.
Sun Country 107, fly runway heading right 30 left, clear for takeoff.
Sun Country 107, outbound to Las Vegas.
2509, gust 17, runway 30 left, line of OH up on a 10-mile final. Blue Street 5593 minutes, it'll be about 2 more minutes and then we'll get you going. So 3753 minutes there, welcome back, 12509, gust 17, traffic departing ahead, runway 30 left, cleared 2 lanes. Negative 107, turn left heading 260, contact departure.
Left 260 and departure 3107.
Next up for departure on 30 left, Sun Country 617 off to Palm Springs International. Blue Street 5593, 12508, fly runway heading, runway 30 right, clear for takeoff. 3617, turn left heading 260 now, contact departure.
Left 260, will contact departure, Sun Country 617.
Is this where they take off?
All right, folks. Well, we sit on the wide shot of MSP Tower here. I'm going to step off headset for just a second, because we're going to welcome in RJ Bean. It's been a while since we've had her on the broadcast. Excited to have her back. So we'll be right back. We're going to keep it right here. We're not going to break or anything, except to step off headset here for just a second so we can get our special guest situated.
Hey, Chief. Good to see you.
Good to see you too, RJ. How are you doing?
I've missed being out here, but when you've been out here, it's conflicted with my schedule at Afton. So,
No,
of
it's-
course, priority when you... And it's only for 4 months. So...
Delta 1084, Minneapolis Airlines 2509er, your number 2, runway 30 left to land, traffic will hold in position.
There's a Red Wing starter coming here.
It's 3753, but I'm showing speed, running 30 left. Blue Street 5593, turn right, heading 360, contact departure.
Yeah, always don't feel bad if you can't make it. Put your job first.
Sorry about that.
Personal affairs are taken care of.
Weather forecast is scary right now. Where do you work at? I'm in the rental department.
Delta 2612, Minneapolis Airlines 2509er, traffic on a 5.5 mile final, runway 30 left. Line up and wait.
My gloves are in my pocket because I'm a rental tech, so I'm handling equipment to help...
I probably take that off. Yeah, I would just say that.
Your name's RJB you go by?
Yeah,
or
my first name is RJ.
just RJ?
Short.
Okay.
Oh, nice.
But yeah, that's why I'm...
RJ is a lot cooler.
Yeah, well, I was named after Mom and same first name.
Douglas 3753, turn right, to your discretion, contact ground point 9er. Fighter discretion over 9.9er, Skyline 37.
Actually, I saluted the Amsterdam departure.
Right, that was a good departure.
On my way out.
Ground go 3753, the runway in Charlie, Skyline 3753, but I'm showing after your exit, join Delta and Papa.
Did the same
After exit, Delta, and then Papa, just 3753.
2.5 years ago.
Well, I'm not a native here, so I'm a newbie.
Delta 2612, flight runway heading, runway 30 left.
All right, ladies and gentlemen. Let's give a warm round of applause. Let's welcome in our special guest, RJ Bean. RJ, great to see you back. Thanks for coming on again. It's been a while. We've missed you. I'll tell you what, the winter spotting really wasn't as bad as I thought, but you know what? I'm just super pumped for the warmer days ahead here. And a lot more of our seasonal friends from across the pond coming back. Our international carriers will start up services shortly within the next couple of months. And so today's been great weather-wise.
Oh, I couldn't wait to get out here. I had to, of course, do my little, commitment at Afton and came straight here. So I knew this was scheduled and I wanted to get out here today because I know I haven't been able to get out here for a while. Oh, yeah!
We got it on camera too. We got we got our booth cam working again here today. Welcome to the broadcast booth. I'm Alex. That's RJ. You know what? We had a really great start to our program here this afternoon, and then when things started to pick up, it picked up. We got that go around. We've got the Olympia Aviation 737. The charter plane for the Detroit Tigers and the Detroit Red Wings for the first time. It's my first time seeing it. I'm a big Red Wings fan, so I'm like, yes, we got it.
Well,
We got it on the stream. We got it on the broadcast. Awesome. And we got Gopher Pod as well. That's just sitting over here at Terminal 2.
oh, there she is.
Yep. So we got Gopher Pod arriving. That's the
Yes.
special livery for Sun Country, promoting Minnesota Golden Gopher athletics. And
Oh, yeah.
well, I'll tell you what. When I was out here about a month ago on the 30th of January, I mean, the lighting was much better than it is now. It was just bright and sunny, not a cloud in sight. Oh my goodness, that departure to Destin Fort Walton Beach was something. Gorgeous lighting, great takeoff on 30 left. The 30s were active that day too, and looking forward to continuing to spot that really cool jet here at MSP Airport.
Yeah, I've been anxious to get back out here. It's just this time of the year is more challenging for me because, of course, my position at Afton is purely seasonal. And it's kind of ironic. I ran over into the op chalet to fill up my bottle with a drink before I left, and I was kind of walking in that direction and inside with one of our lift operators, and we were all talking about this, you know, mild weather because, you know, she was having trouble staying cooler because she was getting so warm. And we've got a group that came in earlier that are still out actually as of when I left, and the, you know, kids are out, you know, skiing in t-shirts right now over there, and maybe no gloves or mittens on their hands, and out having a good time. So this is going to be one of those rare occasions I can do both in one day.
Lucky you, right?
So, oh yeah. So, and there happened to be a flight actually going over us at the time. And I mentioned to her, I said, well, the 30s are active. And she said, notice, you know, there's been a lot of flights going over, you know, us over there today. And I said, well, that's because the 30s, you know, 30 left, 30 right are active. And I think she was kind of curious, well, how would I know that? And I said, well,
look at flight radar.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And I told her I'm an aviation geek, as, you know, a lot of people that I work with know. And I was sharing with them that I actually, the stream had started before I was able to leave and get out here. So I was, you know, sharing with them and said, well, you know, give it a little bit of time, go online, MSP Airport Live on YouTube, and you'll start to hear my voice once I get here. So I don't know if they'll be able to do that or not, because we were starting to get a little busy because we had a group coming in. So it is what it is. Always glad to be here. That's my motto, no matter where I'm at and what I'm doing.
Yeah, it's a pleasure to have you here as well, and just join us on the broadcast and whatnot. You know, today's been a very great day for plane spotting, in my opinion, just because of the unexpected surprises.
Oh yes, and life's full of them. And I curse, you know, I heard the go around as I was, you know, passing, was it Viking Lakes, where the Vikings training facility is, and I'm trying to, it's like, okay, where are they? But I also got to keep my eye on the road. So.
All right, ground before heavy ready for tow.
Zurich 4, proceed via Alpha, Alpha 7, hold short 193.0 left.
Alpha.
So were you able to be here when LA Flights was in town, middle of the month?
No, I was not, unfortunately.
Yeah, that was a pretty fun weekend. It was pretty cold out, you know, especially that Saturday. We had that big snowstorm blow through and everything, and it was crazy.
That probably would have been a day for that reason. I would have been a lot more comfortable just to stay home.
And it really cleared up after about maybe 12 p.m., 1 p.m. Central Standard Time, and you know, it was pretty bad with visibility. You know, I did some morning spotting over at T1 just for a little bit, and holy crap, you couldn't see anything really. You could see the de-icing, but in anything that was past taxiway Alpha, it was pretty hard to kind of make out what was there.
Yeah,
so it started to clear up a little bit more, and you kind of could tell, okay, you know, that's a 321, that's a 757, but it really did get... It was nasty, especially the roads were a lot of fun, slipping and sliding around, and, you know, driving on those Minnesota roadways in the winter, nice and slick.
Yeah, I actually would prefer to just stay off the road and stay home when weather is like that. People that I'm with at Afton, and I'm in the rental department, so we've got a huge team, so it's pretty easy to get help with people to help cover a shift if you have the disadvantage of not being able to get there comfortably. So that's kind of my plan when the weather gets that way. And I more than make up for it for a lot of other times when I get there to help others myself. So, which is actually something that I did earlier. I had somebody I was working with today who can't be there next Monday because she's had some things come up. So she posted her shift, and I grabbed it right away to help her out.
Heavy monitor ground on point
So that's what we do.
Way to go, RJ.
Yep. Proud to be a part of the rental department team at Afton Alps, that's for sure.
It's the one place that I really need to go check out at some point, maybe next year with the skiing and snowboarding, because I do both.
Do you have your own equipment?
Not yet.
Okay, well, come in and see us, and we'll be more than happy to help you out.
Sounds good.
Who do we have under tow?
An A330 Neo.
And I know it was pretty nice earlier when the sun was
3495,
out.
Minneapolis Tower, wind 2507, only 30 right, clear 2 line.
I'm hoping that things clear up just at least a little bit for us. I mean, and it looks like there is a little bit of a clearing here as we'll pull back out. So this is what the skies above Minneapolis St. Paul International look like right now. There are some clear spots, but you do have a patch of thicker cloud cover here off to our west.
Airport crew and 30 left for Delta 162. Delta 9961 down right.
And you know, the good news is lighting hasn't been too bad. Of course, it's much more forgiving if you're doing video compared to photos, from what I've heard.
And exit at 434, Minneapolis, meter, November current. You're supposed to go through meter first. Runway 30 left, taxi via Whiskey.
Taxi via Whiskey, exit 434.
Travel the heavy Airbus, caution late turbulence. Wind 2507, runway 30 left, clear 2 line. 30 left, clear line, that's one place.
Got our 170 about to touch.
I was just going to say, we have Big Plen in sight.
Yeah.
We'll wait till it comes around
The 377, Minneapolis ground.
the other side of this pole.
You want the left or the right?
Right side for Delta 377.
These are right, push approved.
These are right push for Delta 377.
753 Minneapolis, turn 30 left, line up and wait, traffic at the marker.
And their long ride has been complete. That's a long flight.
Believe it's an ultra long haul.
So according to my flight radar, they left Seoul 11 hours and 17 minutes ago.
Right, Mike Alpha short 22.9 Delta.
And they've been in the air ever since until they just touched down here at MSP on my dad's runway.
There we go. There's the business end of this A350 in charge of Delta 170. Welcome back to Minneapolis, St. Paul, or welcome to Minneapolis, St. Paul.
And we can't see them, but I just pulled it up on my flight radar. We've got a UPS 74 freighter flying right over the top of us, headed to Anchorage at 40,000 feet. So
it's a little out of range.
yeah, with the cloud cover, it's not going to be visible.
Left on forward, short of Bravo.
Is that buzzing in the background? That's a Bemidji Aviation flight stretching its legs right now, about ready to get out of here to Thief River Falls in upstate Minnesota.
The Mosquito.
Yep, Swearingen Fairchild Metroliner.
Your push is approved. Delta 377.
It's nicknamed the Mosquito, after you could probably already guess why. The mosquito is also the state bird here in Minnesota.
Off to Fort Lauderdale.
Sun Country Tide Pod. Heading into
753.
I'm heading 260 over departure, Sun Country 753. Delta and Whiskey.
Now we've also got Delta 152 Heavy coming online. Its transponders turned on, and they have pushed back. Almost about ready to taxi, getting underway to Paris Charles de Gaulle tonight.
Oh, I get to salute again.
Yeah, it's an A330-300.
Runway 30 left, taxi via Tango, Delta Whiskey, cross runway 4.
So there it is. There's 152 Heavy. Got to readjust my ladder here for just a second. Yeah, it's kind of sunken into the ground a little bit here. It is muddy. You know what? I said we were going to show it on the broadcast earlier, just how flippin' muddy it is out here.
Charlie 6.
Everything's melting.
Oh yeah, the ground is super saturated and all that fun stuff.
West 52 heavy, roger. Just hold
Well, guess
there
what?
until
I will
move
gladly
down.
take it over below zero wind chill any day of the week.
Oh, here comes a salute. Here's an A320 headed out to Destin, Fort Walton Beach.
Looks like it's coming in.
Oh, they come in. Oh, okay. Other way around.
Yeah, they got flaps up.
Yeah, like
Delta 2462, turn right at Charlie.
It's hard for me to tell sometimes. Don't feel bad about it.
she still gets the salute. It's still a Northwest tail.
Yeah, it is. So just to reiterate, I think I pointed it out earlier, but all of the A320s in Delta's fleet are former Northwest equipment.
Delta 2462 is on Charlie. We're going to Fox 4.
The Northwest influence in Delta is just absurd.
Bravo, join Bravo,
Especially
and then
here.
once the heavy moves, turn interior gate.
No kidding.
Right,
Here's
Bravo,
Air
behind
Canada
that,
Jazz
Delta
Aviation
2462.
off to Toronto Pearson.
Now wait for a bus to pass your tail. It's a 3.
It's a doorside departure on 30 right.
9961 heavy is ready to taxi.
9961 heavy, runway 30 left, taxi to Alpha.
9961 heavy. That's our Delta non-rev to Atlanta Hartsfield Jackson with the A330-200. Got up and saw the schedule on Flight Radar 24 this morning, RJ, and I'm like, oh, okay, that's interesting.
Turn right on.
We're gonna get a
right on.
We're gonna get an extra A330 departure tonight. Okay.
Just breathed in a whiff of that jet fuel. Oh, I haven't
Love
had
the
that.
smell of Jet A. It is.
I never get enough.
Delta 170 heavy.
Permeating the air out here at the viewing area.
Especially when the wind is blowing just right.
That's a good point, because when the wind blows in the right direction, you'll get a nice big old whiff of Jet A out here.
Oh, yeah.
C-Series, wind 2506, 130 left, clear 2 lane.
I'm sure smell-o-vision will be something in the future at some point in time. I don't know, maybe for better or for worse. There we go. 170 heavy, or A350 on the move once again. Make the right-hand turn. It's going to go over to Concourse G.
Or only 30 left, finally
It's
heading
an MSP Airport's Terminal 1. So here we go, now transitioning to look at Delta 152 Heavy off to Paris Charles de Gaulle. The A330-300.
The left waist for you. Taxi via Whiskey, cross runway 4, Yankee, hold shorter runway 17.
Whiskey cross 4, Yankee for
Looks like it's got the General Electric CF680 power packs on
Cross
it.
runway 4, Yankee, hold shorter runway 17.
Cross 4, Yankee, shorter 17.
So now we're going to follow this Bemidji Aviation Swearingen Fairchild Metroliner. It's just arrived from Thief River Falls. They're everywhere here at MSP. We love seeing them.
And they always taxi so fast.
Got those Southwest taxi vibes going on. All right, see you later. We're gonna we'll let them be on their way. Got a Delta arrival about to touch down here any second from Milwaukee, General Mitchell.
Just one after another. But I don't hear anybody complaining.
Well, on a day like this, I don't think you'd have any reason to complain. I mean, this is well above average for this time of year up in Minnesota.
Sorry, Bemidji 1023. Mike, November on November, cross 117, Lima to the ramp. Have a great night.
Return on Charlie, ground point 9, Delta 1648 minimum start 1.5 and trail of a Gulfstream traffic holds in position. Wind 2609, only 30 left, go in.
See a Delta A321neo over there.
Delta 2006, Minneapolis ground, where are you parking at today?
Charlie 11, Delta 2006.
Delta 2006, taxi via Charlie in Quebec.
Charlie, Quebec. Charlie 11, Delta 2006.
So, folks, if you're just joining us here from Minneapolis St. Paul International Airport, welcome to the home of live plane spotting at MSP Airport, right here on MSP Airport Live. It's our shorter touch and go show today, touch and base at MSP, and then we're going to scoot here around sundown. It's been a manic Monday here from the viewing area. We've already captured a go-around, a sports charter coming in from Detroit, ferrying the Detroit Red Wings for their matchup with the Minnesota Wild tomorrow night. We've also got our usual suspect of Delta Heavy departures. We already saw 160 Heavy go off 30 left earlier today. And we got two A330s in view. One of them is off to Atlanta. That's a repo or repositioning flight with an A330-200. The other one is Delta 152 with an A330-300. Larger variant. Going off to Paris Charles de Gaulle. Now on Monday, we don't see the usual contingent of cargo heavies that we have the pleasure of spotting during the late afternoon, evening hours at MSP Airport, but everything else is certainly more than made up for that. UPS 2560 Heavy. It's a middle of the week service in the late afternoon, early evening from Louisville, Kentucky. Usually it's flown by an MD-11. And on rare occasion, they will upgrade that to the 747-400 or 747-8. Look at that Gulfstream. Gulfstream makes the best biz jets. Love the Gulfstream biz jets. They're my favorite. Now, we've also got a couple of more departures from Terminal 2 that'll be making their way to 30 left shortly. One for Sun Country and one for Southwest.
Kentucky 599 Southwest on the right, wait for you.
Roger, Kentucky 599.
So that Sun Country is flight 599 to Phoenix.
Turn right, heading 340, 340, contact departure.
Right turn, 340, call departure, Bemidji 1320.
It's another Bemidji plan. It's a Beach 99 airliner off to Thief River Falls. Going off 30 left.
And then that Southwest that's behind the Sun Country flight is headed to Chicago Midway.
Next up, we got a Sun Country arrival from Charlotte Douglas International. Charlotte has an incredible spotters park. Their airport overlook is just downright ridiculous.
Turn left at Charlie and contact ground on point 9. Let's Charlie ground point 9, Sun Country 1648.
And as cool as that viewing area is, it really doesn't beat the location and proximity to action that we get at ours.
Delta 9961 Heavy, fly runway heading.
It's a location that I'd very much be interested in checking out. I also have family down in South Carolina. In the past, I've flown into Charlotte and then driven down to see them. Charlotte's a mess in the morning, but other than that, I really like Charlotte. All right, here's Delta 9961 to Hartsfield Jackson.
We have 3 minutes, John. Neo 3 radar contact 5 miles west of the Minneapolis.
Yes.
Bravo Church requested. They have altimeter 9. Traffic to your 3 o'clock, 4 miles.
Oh, a little bit of a wing wave.
Turning westbound. 9961 Heavy, turn left heading at 260.
260, 9961 Heavy.
Mail 3, maintain
They
visual
must know I'm
separation.
here.
Delta 9961 Heavy, 260 on the heading. Thanks for your help. Contact departure.
60, good afternoon, Delta 9961.
All right, we're going to get a Sun Country arrival on 30 left, and then we'll see who goes next for departure on 30 left.
Delta, actually, Sun Country 607 Amsterdam. You'll go first. Caution light trimmings, runway 30 left. Want to fly?
Look at that, Sun Country getting to go ahead of Delta. Don't see that too often, because usually the controllers will send Delta ahead of Sun Country every time. Now, I know it's not every time, but it seems like it, just based on how many times that happens.
Sun Country 384. Turn left at Delta, connect.
So just so we know and have a heads up, our special Minnesota Golden Gopher delivery for Sun Country that has pushed.
Oh, so we're going to get the departure, okay.
Yeah, there's
Sometimes Sun Country
Sun Country 923 Maverick ground.
makes some last-second swaps, as customary in the business.
Ground Sun Country 384 is clearing left hand.
Oh, that's going to be super fun.
Yeah, this is the first time I've seen it in person.
And we will get the departure here on 30 left, so stay tuned. We got Gopher Pod coming up. We got Delta 152 departing to Paris shortly with the A330-300.
152 Heavy, Minneapolis, Amsterdam, left, want to fly?
And plenty others as well thrown into the mix.
Ground Sun Country 1648, this off our gate. You mind if we go Charlie 2 Charlie and then Charlie 1 to Hotel 4?
Which one was asking? Sun Country 1648?
Yeah, Sun Country 1648.
Yeah, I thought you said Hotel 10 for your gate.
Yeah, that's what it was originally. They swapped it on us.
Here's 607
Okay, yes,
outbound to
that's the
Phoenix
Prudential.
Sky
You'll
Harbor,
see company
thundering
on the right
down
when you
30
make that right
left.
turn. I'll have them follow you. Sun Country 1648.
All right, thanks for that. Charlie 2 Charlie, Charlie 1, Sun Country 1648. Good night.
Yep, and then what gate are you going to again now? Your new gate?
We're going to Hotel 4 now.
Okay, Hotel 4, perfect. Sun Country 383, follow company at Charlie 2.
We heard that. Thanks. We'll follow.
Thank you.
Delta 152 Heavy, fly away, heading only 30 left, this way. 3599, contact service running heavy airlines, running 30 left, want to fly? The 7, turn left heading at 260, 260, contact departure.
Left 260 over departure, see Sun Country 607.
All right, here we go. Delta 152 Heavy off to Paris Charles de Gaulle. About ready to rock and roll, and here it comes.
Ground 377, we need a minute here to call maintenance. Usually stay parked here.
Which Sun Country was that? Or was that Delta 377?
Delta 377.
Yeah, you're okay there. I'll let you know if I need to move you.
Returning at 360, Delta 152.
Delta 22 Minneapolis, tower traffic holds in position, wind 250, not only 30 left, clear land. Delta 152 Heavy, 360 and heading, contact departure.
360 heading and switch to Delta 152 Heavy.
Sky 3738, 2 Minneapolis, 30 right, line of play, traffic at the marker, start to lane position for heavy northbound off the parallel caution terminal.
Delta 1661, runway 30 left, taxi via Delta and Alpha.
Oh, I wanted to milk that shot for all it was worth.
And like me, anytime I get to see
Sun
something
Country
that has
34,
an
if you don't have
NW
enough
tail
room
on
at
it,
Charlie, you can go down
everything
to Sierra.
stops.
Oh, yeah.
I just plain stop.
You plain stop.
And I give
Sierra is
it
approved if you need
my
it.
full attention.
Okay, we'll go to Sierra, thanks.
30 left, cleared, full ticket. South 320 Minneapolis, tower traffic 9 mile final, 30 left, line of play.
All right, next up to launch off 30 left, Sun Country 599 to Phoenix Mesa Gateway in Arizona. So more Sun Country planes
right, taxi via Papa.
will be seen departing here on the broadcast. And also a reminder, if I haven't said it already, Gulfer Pod has pushed back
Taxi via Delta with
and will be departing shortly on our show.
Sun Country 923 ready to taxi with November.
So was ready to taxi, I didn't get the call sign.
Sun Country 923 ready to taxi.
Country 923, runway 30 left, taxi via. Go
Nope, they just
Sierra
started their
Charlie
taxi.
30 left. 7599, turn left heading 260. Left 260, Sun Country 599. South 320, far landing, 30 left for takeoff.
Southwest 320 off to Chicago Midway. The 737 MAX 8.
So let's just go Delta.
So we will hear those LEAP 1B engines howling off 30 left here in just a second. I love the sound of those GE LEAP engines. Those gear turbofans really make a nice howl.
South 320, turn left heading 260. 260, Southwest 320. South 320, contact departure. Departure Southwest 320, connection.
All right, here we go. Gulfer Pod on the move.
Approach 36, runway 30 right, taxi via Papa. Air 4523, Delta
There's
Pacific,
a quick
Minneapolis
look
South,
at
Delta Pacific.
Concourse G on the south side of Terminal 1.
South 1661, Minneapolis 30 left, line up alert.
There's American 2802 from Charlotte Douglas with a 737-800. Welcome to Minneapolis, St. Paul. Oh boy.
American 2002, turn right, grounds point 9. Point 9, American 2002.
North side departure, Key Lime Air with an ERJ 145 in the Denver Air Connection colors.
Flighting 300, 30 left, clear for takeoff.
Information not available, but that's really cool to see. They also fly the Dornier 328 jets out of here.
Correction, runway 30 right. Taxi via Bravo, Delta, Papa.
Denver Air Connection or Key Lime Air, they've got a really swanky regional service. Based on the people that I've talked to that got the opportunity to fly on Key Lime Air.
Delta 2946, Mini Apple, turn wind 260 at 900, 130 left, clear to land, try and hold position.
30 left.
There's Delta to Portland, Oregon.
Clear to 663, final heading, 130 left, clear to take off. Delta 1661, 300 on the heading, contact departure. 300 heading, departure Delta 1661, good day.
All right, everybody, here we go. This is the moment we've been waiting for. Gopher Pod now departing to Tulsa, Oklahoma on 30 left.
Minneapolis ground, how do you read me? Minneapolis ground, Aero 270 is at signature ready to taxi.
Royal 270, Minneapolis ground. Information November's current, runway 30 left, taxi via Whiskey.
We have November and 30 left. You have Whiskey for Aero.
Correction, the flight we just watched is off to Tucson, Arizona. Don't know why I thought Tulsa. Beg your pardon for that.
You're good.
People are going to be screaming at me the chat. Alex, you idiot!
Nah.
It's not Tulsa, that's Tucson.
One T for another.
Well, you can't get them all right.
No.
30 left, taxi via Whiskey.
Especially when you're up on a 4-foot-tall step ladder looking at a viewfinder to make sure that the live picture is looking swell on one hand and then looking at a phone next to it. It's got flight radar pulled up. I do my best to run the show as good as I can, but, you know, sometimes things will slip here and there, so... Oh, well.
Twenty-five, clear another runway, Charlie 10.
Delta 2525, yes, ground taxi via Papa.
Via Papa, Delta 2525.
Delta 2525, give way to the Airbus, left to left.
So I know RJ, and I don't know if you folks at home or wherever you're watching our broadcast today picked up on that earlier, but we heard some engine noises from just behind us here at the viewing area over at that FedEx cargo terminal. Wonder what's going on back there.
Yeah, I was listening in on that and wondering if we were going to get a departure, and it was a 7-6. And then all of a sudden they shut down, so they were doing something, but not ready to go.
Yeah, not quite yet. So, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the broadcast booth. I'm Alex, that's RJ. Great to have you on the stream today. You know, despite the overcast weather, it's been a pretty exciting day here from MSP International, and wasn't expecting to have you guest hosting today, but, you know, just it's one of those things where something in your schedule opened up and you're like, boom, I'm coming over here, right over here. We appreciate it.
Well, I'm always glad to be out here. Of course, I miss being out here because, you know, hey, this is my dad's runway.
So talk about your dad if you're able to kind of describe that connection that you had with your dad and his flying career for Northwest, because it was a pretty big impact on you just in your pretty big impact on you with aviation and, you know, being an av geek. Talk about that if you're able to.
Well, I do know for sure, you know, I have to double check on my phone, but he got into flying thanks to the help of his older brother, who was already a pilot for Northwest at the time. He was actually ready to go and solo well before he was old enough.
Delta 2940.
So once he, you know, got far enough into his flying at that point, then he happened to time it pretty good
ground point
with the help of my uncle,
2946.
and got hired by Northwest. So, and then of course the rest is history. And we used to live pretty close over here to the airport. So when I was real little and when I was born, so he didn't have very far to go. And then, you know, as his career progressed, he ended up working in the training department. I think my uncle did as well. So there were times when I was out here with him and he was just doing some work in flight services, which is now the cargo facility for Delta, and there were some simulators over there at the time, and he'd be inside doing his thing and I'd be outside just over where the fence was close to the building and just standing there watch load the freighters, because Northwest did fly freighters for a while.
They did.
So, and my dad did fly them on occasion. So, you know, just taking it all in and watching the nose of the airplane opening up as they were loading. And
good afternoon, Nate. One of our many awesome MSP Airport Live members, as well as Rob. Thank you for tuning in. Good to see you, buddy.
Alpha traffic control position.
Yeah, I got to get back on the horse here.
Yep. There's so much going on out here, it's hard to keep up.
260 departure, Sun Country 923.
And as I look to the southeast, I
This
see...
flight's going to Harlingen, Texas. It's in the deep south of Texas.
Yeah, close to the border.
Yeah, south of Corpus Christi.
And then as I look to the southeast, I see two coming in on final. So it's, you know, as they rotate, you see more coming in.
Next up, we're going to have a Royal Air Freight Dassault Falcon 20F going to Laredo.
Wind 2508, or 30 left, clear line.
All right, here it comes.
Airwell 270, turn left heading at 260, contact departure.
Here we go.
Over to departure,
Now as I look back to the southeast again, now there's three within sight.
How about some fuel, RJ?
Could I get a little tiny bottle of it so I could use it like perfume?
I don't think you want it Jet A perfume.
Yeah. That's kind of, I think, what my mom and dad always used to say. Have it like perfume.
Here's SkyWest 4089.
Gulfstream 653 Juliet Delta.
About to touch down on 30 left from St. Louis Lambert.
Delta 770, good way to exiting aircraft.
There's Delta 377 off to Anchorage, Alaska with the A321neo departing north side 30 right. Don't usually see him over there when I'm here anyways.
Contact ground on point 9 or Skywest 49.
Yeah, I was going to say...
Must be light today. They're pretty light.
Yeah, I was going to say, because I know that's, you know, that's a long haul. Lots of fuel.
Gulfstream 2 Juliet Delta.
Yeah.
Cut the corner and rejoin Papa.
Oh, yeah. We're going to get a 757-200 departure in a little bit, RJ, off to Atlanta. Delta 1028 is going to get out of here.
Skywest 489 minutes, contact via Delta Papa.
Oh, but it's not former red tail. It's a DA tail number on it.
Gulfstream 2 Juliet Delta, you can just make a slight right turn and then Papa to runway 30 right.
There's a skyline of downtown Minneapolis off on the horizon. In view as well are the three tallest buildings in the state. The tallest one is on the left with the twin antenna array. That's the IDS tower. And yes, that is the same company that is on the side of the de-icing trucks.
Delta 1028 Minneapolis ground, push approved, runway 17.
Juliet Delta, turn left heading up to 260, contact departure.
Left 260 over departure, Julie Delta. Delta 4. Delta 18 at ground.
Sneaky biz jet departure.
Alpha. Delta 18, cross
Which
runway
is
4
now
on
there's
hotel.
4 out there.
Cross 4 on hotel, Delta.
Got an arrival about to make contact with the pavement on 30 left. It's a Delta flight from Puerto Vallarta in Mexico.
Minneapolis departure information, Quebec is now current altimeter 2964.
Love to spend a few days there in Puerto Vallarta myself, especially after the brutal winter we were all subjected to up here in Minnesota. Just sit and relax on the beach with a
Delta 1860, turn right on runway 4.
good cerveza in hand.
Right turn at ground point 9, Delta 10.
Well, I got a very good close friend of mine down in Florida. She and her husband go to Cabo.
560 Minneapolis tower, 3.5 in trail of the
Late March,
C
early
series,
April,
wind
so we had
25010.
a nice chat and caught up last week. And they're headed this year like they have in the past.
And
So,
404, roger. Runway 30 right, taxi
and yeah, last year was really funny because they left to go to Cabo. Same day I flew to Denver.
Quebec, Charlie
And
Alpha.
of course, as we were exchanging pictures and updates, they had landed in Cabo the same time I was on my flight here, but it had to Denver because of the.
Alpha 4.
They had a much earlier start in the day for their flights with the connection in Houston. So
Interesting.
yeah. So it was just ironic. We flew the same day, and they had a connection in Houston.
Runway 30 left, taxi via
Tampa
Whiskey.
to, Tampa to Houston, Houston to Cabo. But their flights started earlier, much earlier in the morning. And then with their connection. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4. Now I see 6 out there, so that just explains how busy it is here.
Oh yeah, and if you think it's busy now, just wait until we have our international friends over here with their services. Golly.
Yeah, look at them out there.
Rob, one of our many fantastic channel members, says at MSP Airport Live. That's nice. Locals tell me I have to visit in the winter and tough it out. You do. It's worth it though. It's worth it. The key, and especially for me, doing the winter spotting out here live on our channel, you got to dress in those layers. There were at least a couple days where I was packing a minimum 4 or 5 layers on.
Hand warmers, foot warmers, heated,
and one of those windbreaker ski masks for your face to protect your skin against the direct exposure to the cold.
Never 482 minutes ground, taxi via Papa.
And with much of the really blisteringly cold weather this month in February that we are now past, thankfully. I'd considered coming out here a couple of times, but that wind chill factor and the frostbite risk is always super high, especially when you get down into the teens and single digits. Everything starts to freeze, you get cold within minutes, and even with some layers on. The equipment also really doesn't like it when it's too cold out either.
Nope, we just had a prime go off of 17. They snuck out behind us.
Delta 941 is off 30 right, going to Delta 4. Delta 941 minutes ground, taxi via Papa, cross runway 4. Cross 4, Delta 941.
So folks, still stick around on our broadcast tonight. We'll catch Delta 10 Heavy off to London Heathrow. With the A330-900 deal, we still have yet to catch that.
Delta 2675 minutes ground, stay the gate. And 2635, second spot, cross 15.
Now arriving on runway 30 left, Delta 560 from Las Vegas with the A321neo.
One more arrival. Delta 560, turn right at Charlie, contact ground point 9. Charlie point 9, Delta 560. Delta 560 is clear 30 left at Charlie, gates Gulf 15.
Delta 560 on ground, taxi via Alpha, hold short of the pushback at Gulf 4.
The Alpha, hold short of
So
pushback at
it would be a great
Alpha
day
at
for
4, Delta
being
560.
into plane spotting at Afton today, Alex, because they go right over us.
Oh, they do now.
Oh, you bet they do. When the 30s are active, oh, they fly over us all the time.
Nice.
So if they're people are have a window seat and they come over just right, they'll look down and see us, because now with the snow melting here in the last few days, that's where you're going to find it. So we're going to stick out like a sore thumb with all of our runs covered. And we are 100% open, so we did not achieve that last season. Even what I call the infamous tunnel that we can ski through.
Gulfstream 449er Mike Tingle.
Here comes Delta 2981 from Atlanta Hartsfield Jackson.
SkyWest 3680 minutes ground, taxi via Papa.
Taxi via Papa. Go for takeoff. Delta 2981, if you miss runway 4 and all the way off that Mike, please contact ground on point 9. Mike, ground point 9 and Delta 2981.
And I like the tail number on her too.
Oh, yeah.
Delta
557 Northwest NW.
Take off, no delay, traffic inside a 2-mile funnel. Alpha, cross runway 4, keep right to CRJ, Delta.
This is one of the 75s that have the winglets too. Yep. We've got some departures now happening on runway 17 behind us. The Sun Country flight to Orlando is just rolled.
Well, we still got departures here on 30 left. Here's another biz jet.
Gulfstream 9er Mike, turn right in. Niner Mike Tango, contact departure. Oh, departure, Niner Mike Tango, see you.
Spirit 1774 and a 30, right, taxi via Papa.
At Alpha 3, cross runway 30 left, right turn whiskey, I'll have more.
Now, they might be opening up 17 just to ease congestion a little bit on 30 left.
490 miles ground, clear gate.
And this arrival is from Baltimore Delta 2884 and another salute. She's an A320 and
Turn right on Charlie, call ground
and,
point 9, point 84.
as you say, November whiskey.
So, RJ, talk about what's going on at the Northwest Airlines History Center. For those of you who don't know, RJ is one of their many great volunteers over there.
Well,
the museum is almost about ready to open back up, thankfully.
I actually have not been in contact with everybody over there yet, but I am planning to go out on Saturday or Friday the 7th. From what I'm seeing is going to be our reopening, and get to see everybody again. And hopefully I can maybe get my shift that I've been doing over there. So, I've been so busy at Afton, I've kind of, knowing with the work going on over there, I've kind of been focused more on Afton at the moment, but knowing that we're going to get back open again, that makes me excited for sure.
Makes me very happy, too, because I want to stop it and get some more stuff from their merch shop.
And don't forget about what we have available online, too.
Oh, yeah.
there's some really interesting things now because they've been working on adding some new items while we've been temporarily, closed because of the incident that happened. And there's some really cool items that they have put together. And in the case of some of those things, they're print on demand, so they are printed and shipped out as people are ordering them online.
Scott has some really cool stuff that he's been working on. He does some of the merchandise there for the History Center. I think most of it. I can't remember, but I know that Scott does a lot of really cool graphic design work for the merchandise over there. Big shout out to Scott Norris, the vice chair of the History Center. It's a really great organization. And when we get a little bit more of a break here in the action, I will pull a graphic up on the screen that'll have the link to go check them out. But it's a fantastic organization, grassroots. They are dedicated to preserving the legacy of Northwest Airlines and the history behind that phenomenal carrier that is called Minnesota home all the way up until its merger in 2008 with Delta Airlines.
And of course, I still have my runway light that I picked up from the
That's right.
from the collector's show last fall, and sometime this spring I'm gonna probably get it out in front of my house, along with my airplane that I had out, which I brought in for the winter because I had lights out there for a while for Halloween, and then I brought them in and small break, and then I put lights out for Christmas and the holidays, and brought them in, and
3, first runway 17.
Seasonal with the lighting out front. Here's our 75 headed to Atlanta, Delta. Oh, there's no flight number.
404,
Oh, there it is. 1028. I was looking in the wrong spot on my my app. Registration November 684. It's a 75-2.
Denver 4843, turn right, Delta, contact ground point, I don't know. Up ground point, there, 40. 3536, are you with me?
How's that for a taxi shot, folks? And right on the Minneapolis sky.
04, turn left heading on 180, 130 left, clear takeoff.
Yeah, she's going over to 174 departure.
Ground Denver 4843 on Delta going to
Denver 4843, Minneapolis. Ground, taxi via Delta and Papa.
Right, we got a banana bus going off the north side. A320 Neo for Spirit is outbound off 30 right.
Delta 1007, Minneapolis, tower 7.5 trail, 73, wind 2508, 130 left, go in.
Delta connection operated by Endeavor Air, flight 5404 for the short flight down to Rochester.
All right, I think I'm gonna show you guys all of the snow melt that's happening out here. Yeah, but look at how brown and barren this landscape looks. It's gonna get a lot more green, of course. The spring
Delta 10,
comes into full form.
7 flight 180, clear for takeoff.
No, I said that I would show this earlier, but yeah, it is muddy out here from all the snow melt. Look at that. Squish, squish. And right down over here, too. A lot of that. Oh, yeah.
So if you can avoid walking in it, the better.
Yeah, don't.
23.
Yeah, don't go over there if you don't want to get dirty.
Delta, Kilo 3.
And you could also
Cross
slip.
runway 17 and runway 4. Proceed via Lima.
Very good point.
23, correction. Delta, Kilo 3, hold short of runway 17.
Yeah, I certainly don't want to injure myself slipping on that over there.
Contact via Papa.
Our 75 is just throttled up.
Skies 41, sorry,
Hear that sound.
Mike, cross 30 left, whiskey to 17.
Mike, cross 30 left, whiskey to 17.
238, Minneapolis Tower, 4.5 in trail, the Airbus, wind 26011, 30 left, and land.
Alright, we got an Embraer on the move in RJ. It's got a clown nose. Got a wardrobe malfunction.
23, monitor tower 123.67.
So it's a United livery nose cone on a Delta connection painted E175LR.
United 2272, we up ground, push, approve.
And they're headed to Sioux Falls.
But since SkyWest contracts for both Delta and United, those parts will sometimes get swapped around to the point where you'll have like a United nose on a Delta painted aircraft, such as we're seeing here, or vice versa.
Charlie 5, Charlie, short 30 left, short nose.
You know, as plane spotters, it's always fun to kind of point out the anomalies and things that we see with jets. Oh boy.
Good 3716, Minneapolis Tower, just under 4.5 in trail of an RJ, wind 27012,
Look at that. Look at all that smoke. Hope they don't have engine trouble.
Well, we'll watch it because that's actually, I think, the departure that's
Three at
going to
Lima
Atlanta.
3,
That's
cross
75.
17, proceed via Lima, cross runway 4, monitor ground point 9 on the other side. 4 and 29, that's 29. There's 3 arrivals.
Now, sometimes if engines get an oil change, you got a lot of oil in the engine. All that excess oil burns off, and it gets smoky.
That's unusual, though.
Certainly a very unusual thing to see. Well, for MSP spotting anyways, can't tell you the last time that I've seen that here.
Air Shuttle 681, monitor tower 126.7.
Yeah, they're climbing.
That's good to see.
Yeah, that was very unusual with that much smoke.
Just to watch their altitude.
Delta 1007 is Miss Delta down to runway 4 and ground point 9.
We can make Delta for 1007.
Delta 1007, ground point 9.
Here we go, next Northwest 8319, now arriving off runway 30 left, made the right-hand turn off the runway.
A little late, but she still gets a salute.
Oh yeah.
As long as it happens.
There's Delta 10 Heavy. off in the
10,000, 7
distance,
ground, what's the get?
making its way towards 30 left for departure. I think we might end on that one today.
Delta 1007, ground's looking for you, .9er.
We also have a few arrivals, too,
Delta 1007, Minneapolis ground.
that have queued up for
Whiskey
30
now,
left
sorry,
as well. You can see those
we're
little
on Delta going to Fox
specks of light off in the distance. Those are aircraft
Question
that are on final approach
Have a good day.
for 30 left.
United Minneapolis Star, start slowing, traffic hold position, heavy Airbus, caution brake terminals, wind 260 at 930 left, good line.
36 left, with low angle,
30 left, good line.
Another CRJ arrival. RJ. Where's this one from?
That traffic transpire to you without delay, please. Charlie, cross 30 left, right turn whiskey, cross way 22.
Headset.
Cross 30 left, no delay, right turn whiskey, cross 22, Rochelle 621.
Sioux Falls, CRJ 900 LR.
Wind 269, that's resolved, good line.
Yeah, we'll have some more arrivals on 30 left here before Delta 10 Heavy gets off to London Heathrow tonight.
And there 238, pass behind United.
Looks like this Embraer RJ is headed out to 17 for departure.
Ground Air Shuttle 681, just want to verify our tower, we're still
Headed to Houston.
Air Shuttle 681, cross 122.
Cross 22, 681.
And another Embraer arriving on 30 left.
And they're from Cedar Rapids. They departed 49 minutes ago.
Long flight, eh?
Hey.
If you miss the runway, turn right up, Mike. Keep moving away from the
Yeah,
runway.
sure.
Needs to go behind you and contact ground, .9er. Mike,
Oofda. My Midwestern accent never left.
You betcha.
Yeah.
Delta 10 Heavy, 127.010, fly, runway heading, runway 30 left, clear to take off.
Yeah, I was down in Florida for 39 years, but I never lost that
These are-
accent, so help me.
Yeah, these are our Minnesota isms up here. Yeah, we can make fun of it because we're from here.
Sky West 3715, those contact you via Mike Pop across runway 4.
Mike, Papa Cross Force, get 3760.
United 2272, monitor tower 126.7.
26.7 monitor, United.
There's our Embraer friend outbound to Houston, Texas. It's taxiing on Whiskey and will arrive at its departure runway fairly soon, off to runway 17 on the west side of MSP.
So from where we are here at the viewing area, that's basically behind us. And that's our flight to London Heathrow, flight 10. We got distracted.
Just about scared the crap out of me. Goodness gracious.
Heading 340 departure, Delta 10 Heavy.
Boy, these 330 Neos are so quiet.
Sir, I just got here. Just make sure you're clear to land, runway 30 left, wind 2.
Yeah, and isn't there that saying where when you see something like this in an airplane, the sound travels behind it, so by the time you hear it,
Yep.
it's past you.
Well, if it's really cold out, And the air is a lot more dense.
Delta 59, turn right, runway 4 is available.
You'll hear it a lot better.
Turn 4,
It's like, hello, surprise.
That's one of the many great
43
things
minutes
about
there,
winter
number
plane
3,
spotting that I'm going to
1260,
miss here as we
13
turn the
left,
page
left.
to spring here in about a month or so. Or next month. Gosh, it's already this close. Thankfully. I love the warmer weather. I don't really like the frigid cold weather. I mean, I don't mind being out in 20-degree weather in the winter. That's perfect for me.
Delta 1590,
Yeah,
Wind's light and variable. It's in the 20s. You got de-icing out here. Audio sounds great, right? Because that colder air is a lot more dense.
Okay, 4 Bravo at tunnel.
It was good for skiing and snowboarding, and
Yeah.
I mean, I know I was, you know,
We don't really want it to be too warm out if you're on those slopes because the snow is just super hard to go downhill in.
yeah, we call it mashed potatoes.
3449 minutes, ground push
Very
approval,
appropriate. I like that.
Because I know we had some guests coming in with their equipment while I was there and before I left, and yeah, I was coming in. You can always tell, or we can always tell what kind of conditions are out there
Yeah.
because of what's how the snow is on the equipment when it comes in. So, and sometimes it can be hard to get bindings off the snowboards because when it's cold.
For sure. But that colder climate
Michelle 68,
leads to much firmer, denser snow, and it makes getting your edges in on those slopes very nice.
So now I don't know if you're able to see this. There's 1, 2, 3, 4. There's 7 out there now. That's the top number that I've
Right on
come up
Charlie,
with so
cross
far.
30 left, right turn on whiskey, and you said 2, go ahead.
So that's an example, once again, how busy this airport is.
22 United 2250.
United 2272, that is correct.
And those are just arrivals.
Delta 2936, got a ground point enter.
Ground point 9, Delta 2936.
Now, it's interesting to note that this airport, if it weren't for Northwest putting their foot down,
Delta 914 minutes there, number 3, 1260.
and making a big deal about it, the Airport Commission actually wanted to retire this airport and build a brand new international airport in the North Metro in the Anoka area, but Northwest was like, if you do that, we're out of here.
Brickyard 4523 minutes, ground push approved, runway 30 right.
They spoke, and the Northwest spoke, and we listened.
Yep.
It's like, okay. We get the message.
But just to think what could have been, holy
Delta
smokes.
1476 minutes, ground push approved.
It would have been
runway
almost a
30 right.
carbon copy of Denver International Airport based on the runway configuration.
And speaking of, this United flight is headed to Denver. Flight 2272. It's a 73 MAX 8. And yeah, it's getting to be that time. I'm starting to look into the possibility of doing another little trip out there this end of the season to ski.
374 minutes,
And I've got to get everything put together here pretty soon if I'm going to do it. 'Cause I have to do it while I'm active in order to get my benefits.
1325, turn right at Mike, what's your gate number?
All right, Mike, Fox 10, Delta 1325.
1325, thanks. Mike Alpha, cross runway 22, and just monitor point 9, I'll let him know we're going.
Alpha, cross 22, thanks, Delta 1325.
Oh, yeah.
Air Shuttle 6081, turn right.
That's an arrival from Fort Lauderdale, Delta 1325. And the salute is in order because that is in.
We got the giraffe up in here now.
Yeah.
Charlie.
757-300, the flying pencil.
Yes, aka rocket ship.
Yeah. And all of the 757-300s that fly for Delta right now, they are all ex-Northwest. So this aircraft was delivered to Northwest in the early 2000s. As many of them were. And this is a pretty rare aircraft when you look at how many different aircraft types are in commercial service across the globe. There were not very many 757-300s manufactured by Boeing when it came out. First released in 1999.
And for those that may not remember or know, when Northwest started to receive delivery, they were the launch carrier, and they were naming them after cities within the system. Of course, the very first two were named City of Minneapolis and City of St. Paul.
1443, you can exit there or the runway and cut the ground point enter.
How's that for some interesting information?
And I
Thanks
know-
for sharing that, RJ.
Yeah.
You know, it's really cool to find out
runway 30
little
left,
tidbits
clear to
like
land,
that of
wind
aircraft that you
260
see every day that, I never knew that before. Didn't think of that.
Yeah, and I remember.
I find that stuff really fascinating.
Oh yeah, and this A320 that just touched down was from Denver. Speaking of, and that was another former Red Tail.
1443 is clear. Charlie, go on Fox 9.
354 NW. It's just like we could keep a checklist here. You know which ones that we've seen and
at Charlie 5, give way to
where and when.
a number.
But yeah, and I remember one time coming back up here, and I was on a 75 coming up from Tampa, and it looked awfully shiny. It was the city of Milwaukee, and Northwest had just received delivery of it.
As you can see the little speckles of light off in the distance. We've got quite a few more arrivals here
Fox 9.
as the evening rush is still in full swing
Turn right onto Delta,
at
then
the
Delta
aviation mecca of Minnesota.
If we just cut the corner straight ahead to join Delta, please.
Cut the corner.
All right, we got a 321 Neo arrival, RJ. Where's this one coming from?
All right, well, we'll.
Ground for Sierra 4523, ready for taxi.
LAX.
Sierra 4523, runway 30 right, taxi
Delta
via
flight
Delta
914.
Taxi via Delta Papa 30 right, for Sierra 4523. Runway 4.
3 hour flight, 3 hours and 3 minutes.
Taken 4 on Mike and ground point enter, Delta 914.
United 2272, turn right heading 230, contact departure.
Alright, turn 230, departure United 2270. Ground Delta 203.
Delta 1203, ground.
Fast and furious.
Delta 1203, roger.
All these sounds that are coming from around us and we can't
Runway
see
30
them.
right, taxi via Alpha.
So what we might be hearing in the background is the an Amazon Air headed to San Bernardino.
Ground Delta 914, booking
Yep,
Charlie.
Prime.
Delta 914, Minneapolis ground, taxi via runway 4 and Papa.
Runway 4 and Papa, Delta 914.
And I don't know if I've shared this before, but when I used to be able to go to Sun and Fun the last couple of years, it was really kind of funny when they would do the air shows.
Oh, yeah.
Because Amazon built a new facility at the Lakeland Linder Regional, airport, and they would sometimes have to pause the air shows because there was a Prime flight coming in or needed to go up. So
Money talks.
Yep. You want your packages.
Yeah. And I would also say it doesn't just talk, it yells.
United 374, try there, Delta, kind of ground point enter.
And this arrival, United 374 from Chicago O'Hare. 1 hour, 3 minutes, because it's not far from here. Just like when I was in Tampa, the distance from Tampa to Atlanta was about that same time frame. Of course, Delta's very busy with the traffic between those two because they run flights pretty much hourly.
Delta Quebec United 374.
Delta 2203 behind United. Cut the corner to Alpha.
United,
Got another arrival here on 30 left.
2203.
Delta 2203, additional caution for the Airbus off to left on
From a
Bravo
warm
to Delta.
climate, as we were thinking earlier, Cancun on Sun Country.
Delta 2203, give way to United.
574.
Delta 1476, give way to United.
We are giving you way to United.
And it'll be a bit of a temperature change for them, but if they're Minnesotans on board, they're used to it.
I wonder if any of them are going to step off the plane in shorts and flip-flops and a T-shirt.
Turn left to Delta Charlie, keep moving towards
I wouldn't
the
be
gate down
surprised
there,
if the
contact
Minnesota
ground
natives were to do that. I probably would have done the same thing.
I've seen some people out here recently when I've been out doing some things, and they've been in shorts. And there was one time when we were up here and we were flying back to Tampa, and I came out here to get on our flight to go back in shorts, and I got kind of a funny look from somebody, and he kind of said something. I said, well, we're headed to a warm destination, so.
United will taxi. 574 minutes contact via Delta. Skywest 3716, and also give way to the United.
There you go. I got a really nice United Evo Blue livery E175.
Follow the Embraer off the left. Follow the Embraer up.
New York.
Right away to Bravo, departure to Romeo Current to Minneapolis Airport.
Operated by Republic Airways, United Express.
Call sign Brickyard.
Yeah, I heard you mentioning that earlier while I was on my way over here. And giving that information for some extra education for our viewers. And I'll tell you, it's been fun this season again because when I'm out skiing, some of our lift operators know me, and they know my language when I come up to load a lift and I say clear for takeoff. I don't like line up and waits. And they laugh, they smile, they get such a big kick out of it. And then
nobody likes that.
Yeah, and then when I unload at the top, I refer that as a turn and burn.
Nice.
Or what, it's kind of in the opposite, but
contact departure.
Yep. Yeah, I'm not one to hang around too much before I start making another run.
Joining Alpha for Fox 2.
All in good fun.
Via Delta Bravo.
And there's one of our lift operators. I haven't seen him in a while, but I was out one day and he was in one of the booths at the top of one of our lists, and he saw me coming up and I was about to unload, and he gave me the salute.
Nice.
Because he knows that routine too. You gotta have fun.
Something Micah and I haven't told Micah yet, but I really want to get the ball rolling on finding a salute graphic that we can have you send to air every time there's a Northwest jet, because that'd be fun. It's another fun streaming element, I think, at this point, because it's already been minted here by you, of course. We ought to have something. Another north side departure, out 30 right. Another jungle jet.
Yep, that's American Eagle headed to New York, LaGuardia. And I thought about it today, Alex, and I lost kind of track of thinking of doing it. I have with my skis, the heel piece of my bindings when I'm in them, do stick up like representing the tail of an airplane. So actually on 2 of my 3 current pair, because I have added another pair to my collection here about a month ago, I've actually painted some red paint on them to represent the red tail. I've got to add it to my new pair. I haven't done that yet. So when I'm out skiing, I have red tails on my bindings.
Nice.
Yeah. And back in time a little bit, I had a pair of Rosignol Forest Kevlars with Solomon 747 bindings on them, so that was totally appropriate. And that's when I first thought of the idea of doing that with the red paint. And I even have little tiny Northwest logos, because I still actually have those skis. I would not ski them now, because over time the bindings will become what we call indemnified, so they're really not safe. Techs will not touch the bindings because they're just like anything else. They're only good for so long.
Look at what we have here, RJ.
18, Minneapolis ground taxi via Charlie, hold short runway 30 left.
Oh, check that
Charlie,
out.
short, 30 left.
Look at the size of the plow on the front.
It's one of the runway snow removal vehicles.
Oh, look at that view. Woo! Perfect.
On country, 80, 18, monitor tower 126.7. 267. 3978, turn right, got a ground 19er.
Turn right, ground 3978.
This vehicle looks a little bit out of its habitat right now.
It's like it's looking for snow to plow, but the thing is there just aren't any.
Charlie.
Where did all my snow go?
Now, within the last few days, I mean, we still had a bit of it on the ground, because I know when we got one system go through, I had 4 inches on my driveway, and then another one a couple days later, about another 2.
Look at that. We got the light rail off in the distance. Check that out. That's the blue line.
Oh, yeah, there it is.
3449, turn right into 200 on contact departure. Yeah.
200.
And that's what we would hear if we were doing the broadcast from T2. Besides the barking of the airport police with the way people would stop and park over there waiting to... the way they would pick up, people on arrivals.
Ay, ay, ay.
Yeah, is right.
Well, come on. There you go.
That's Delta 2129 and A321 from Miami.
Record 18,
3.5 hour flight.
Get Charlie Sierra to the gate.
Charlie Cross, runway 30 left, Charlie Sierra, enter the gates, country 818, have a great night.
Delta 2129, exit of Mike, on the ground point 9.
Mike and ground point 9, 2129.
Record 18, just monitor point 9 again, the left way.
Point 9 or country 818.
So,
2129, what's the gate?
so airport ops is out looking around for some FOD, foreign object debris.
Right on Alpha, cleared across runway 4.
Apparently there was some stuff blown around out here that they're going to collect.
Yep, we never want those to be ingested into an engine.
Right, they are doing a very essential job right now, and we appreciate that. Big salute to both of these guys that are out here keeping our airport safe. Doing their job well. Big shout out to the wonderful folks over at the Metropolitan Airports Commission for a really wonderful airport, for doing a great job, especially today. Keeping everything safe and on time.
So we're getting a little bit of a lull here in the action. The next arrival coming in on 30 left is from New Orleans.
Thank goodness I can get a break.
And then the one coming over in on 30 right is from LaGuardia, New York. It's an A220. So yeah, there aren't too many breaks here.
Thank you so much, Daniel, for being an MSP Airport Live member for 11 months. Hello, everybody. Great stream. Well, thank you, Daniel. I'm super excited and happy to be out here at the viewing area. Just really a magnificent day here at the end of February.
Absolutely, and I'm glad to be out here for a change, too, because I've missed being out here.
No kidding.
Oh, and I can say thanks, Alex, for seeing my post when I was getting ready to leave Afton. I heard the nice, kind comments on the way out, so as I was making my way here. So
you're always
yeah. Just proud to have that in my veins from the time of my parents.
100%. It's always nice to get an extra hand here to help with doing the show. Can be a little much at times, but well, I know we're rocking and rolling today.
Yeah, nonstop.
Skydreamer33 says, "Good afternoon, everyone. Hello from Italy."
Wow.
Well, hello from Minnesota. Speaking of Italy, by the way, this summer, MSP Airport is going to have direct flights. Again, this is a relaunch of a service that was tried by Delta in the last decade but failed. They're bringing it back. Direct flights to Rome. Yep, on the 330. We're going to get that daily out of MSP now. So we're excited for that. Also Copenhagen as well.
Oh, Copenhagen.
Yep, because SAS jumped ship from Star Alliance
Quebec.
to join SkyTeam instead.
Quebec, Mike, cross runway 4, hold short, runway 30 left.
So welcome everybody back to the broadcast booth. I really want to get this booth cam working a little bit more. It's something that I kind of put off for a while, like, we don't really need it, but you got to see somebody's face at some point.
Oh, absolutely.
I suppose.
The voices and the face behind the voices.
Yeah, it's part of that visual storytelling element. And
ground push approved.
because I think we're going to have a lot more guests. As the weather starts to warm up, people are going to want to come out here. They're going to want to join our show, so we just want to make sure that that feature is ready. And also just a different angle to spice things up a little bit, especially on days like this. Not that today wasn't spicy at all. I mean, my goodness, we've had a lot of action out here for pretty much most of the day.
That's our New Orleans arrival.
Level 957, turn right, counter ground point 9. Turn point 9, over 957.
73-9 ER.
Delta 957, join at Mike for Fox 3. Delta 957, minutes
Delta
contact
flight
via Mike 6,
957.
cross runway 4. Mike 6, drop the 4, Delta 957. That'll be 954 minutes, starting number 3 to the runway, wind 2605, from 30 left, clear to land.
There's a look at the skyline of downtown Minneapolis again, all lit up.
Home of Target Center where the T-Wolves play basketball. And
I was watching the game last night.
Ground, good evening, Sun Country 657.
We love our sports up here in Minnesota. And we got the Wild playing at the X
downtown St. Paul
tomorrow night against my Red Wings. Go Wings.
Go Lightning.
Time now.
Yep.
I'm still very much a big Lightning fan.
Well, they're a really good team too. I mean, hey, 3 Stanley Cups throughout their history, and they're not done yet. They're still a good team.
Oh, yeah. My mom and I were actually inside of what's now Emily Arena when we won in 04.
Nice.
It was a night I'll never forget.
That was a really bonkers team back then, too. Martin St. Louis and all the rest of the contingent of Lightning players that won the city its first Stanley Cup title.
Yep. Brad Richards, Vinny LeCavier, and Freddie Modine, the whole gang.
570, affirmative, turn left to runway 22, which gate number?
So as we wrap up our live program here from the viewing area, just your final thoughts on today. I thought today was a lot more than what we expected in the best possible sense. I think it was a great day for plane spotting. Do you agree?
Oh, absolutely, and I'm glad to be back out here. I wanted to get out here, but it just never could work with my schedule, and now that we're unfortunately starting to shed a few tears knowing that our season is starting to get to that point with the weather warming up, I hope to be out here more to help out and be a part of all of this because I missed it. And the thing is I'm going to miss my team that I met at Afton too. So, but we'll all reconnect in the fall for the next season. And in the meantime, I'll do this and who knows whatever else. And and I'm always looking up when I'm hearing them over my head.
Oh yeah,
so,
for sure. If it's a Northwest jet, do it in a big old salute.
Yep, I stop. Just until they're, out of sight and have a good trip and wherever you're going.
100%, yeah.
Of course, I'm a you know, I'm always out with my phone. I can always pull up and see where they're going. So, and if the, you know, and if the 12s are active, especially the transatlantic flights, or, you know, any of the flights in particular, depending on how they're routed, especially off of 12 right here, they go right over my house. Nice. So I'm just like, I can even be inside and hear them going over, or if I'm working on something outside, I'm always like checking them out.
Well, folks, as we look to wind down, we do want to give a big shout out, a big thank you to our sponsor, DG Pilot, Aviation Collectibles, and more. They've got collectible scale model aircraft, aviation and travel inspired apparel, travel bags, accessories, and gifts for your next adventure. And Minnesota-made local goods galore. They've got a lot of local vendors with some really cool products. Check them out online 24/7 at dgpilot.com. We've got great customer service, and they actually are really good with pricing, especially with model aircraft collectibles, because it can be a little pricey depending on what size you go for and what brand. They're just super great to do business with. I've been a customer of DG Pilot before I started doing this, and same with my other friends who are model collectors like I am. We've hit up Donnie if we needed some new models.
It's kind of hard not to be when you're such an ad geek. I was blessed.
100%, yeah.
I was blessed to have the models that we had, and they were moved to Florida and moved them back, and I have them out.
Yeah, so they have pre-delivery inspection on all orders, and I think that's very important when you're talking about getting a model, especially with quality control, because some of these manufacturers, they make great models, but they don't always check them. And so that's the extra step, that's the extra peace of mind that DG Pilot will give you. They don't just get them in and ship them out to you. They actually go through, they inspect it to make sure that nothing is damaged or defective, and so you're going to get a good model every time.
As you should.
100%. And that, not all model shops do that, by the way. So I just love that they do that. Super great peace of mind. So many fantastic products in stock and also available for pre-order. Check them out. Go to dgpilot.com and get yourself a swanky new Gemini jets or NG models, or even a Hobby Master aircraft collectible today. Or all the other great items. Maybe get yourself some apparel. Go check them out. Go to dgpilot.com.
5657 minutes, about 2 more minutes, and then we'll get you going. So 2043, turn left, got a ground point enter.
So the other thing that I'm going to bring up here, while we have a brief second. Now, I've kind of alluded to it in past broadcasts, RJ, that we're going to be getting some work done on 30 left, 12 right. It's the runway we were spotting today. So the Airport Commission has published the full report and the details publicly available on their website about how that construction is going to look, when it's going to take place, what exactly is going to be worked on. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to take a look at that right now. So this was the slide outlining the work that's going to happen on the south parallel. That's the runway we spot here from the viewing area at MSP Airport. So we're going to see 2 different phases of this construction. So the spring phase, it'll cover the 12 right end. So we'll see much of the construction here from the viewing area. Then there will be a pause for peak summer travel. And then around mid-August, construction will resume. The runway will be closed again, and they'll continue to resurface and regrade, rehabilitate the runway all the way up until the end of September. So again, yeah, the official airport's website is going to have all the rest of the presentation items that this graphic was taken from. So yeah, it's going to be a very interesting summer. It's going to be a very interesting year for plane spotting, all things considered, because we're going to see a very unusual operations pattern I don't think that we've seen in the past. And one of the controllers that's in the community aviation Discord, you know, thinks that there is a possibility, because 422 is going to have to be used. that crosswind runway is going to have to be used, especially for heavy
yes,
departures.
from here.
That's even closer than the south parallel is 12 right, 30 left that we were spotting today. So think about that. Yep. So one of the possible combinations that I was told that we could see here in the spring and even in the fall when construction picks back up after that brief pause for all that peak summer travel, you're looking at departures on runway 4
3657
and arrivals on 35
runway heading, runway
or arrivals on 22, departures on 17. So there's a lot of time that is running out for them to kind of figure out how they're going to do this. But, you know, we'll see what happens, right? But, I mean, either way, we're going to have some pretty cool spotting here from the viewing area, I think, coming up here in the next couple of months when that gets underway. Yep, we have another departure on 17, speaking of which.
Yep, that's that departure that we're hearing is from behind us on runway 17. That's a Sun Country Tide Pod headed to Denver, flight 657.
United 658, Romeo 17.
Yeah, we can't see them until after they've rotated and they've started their climb out, but we can hear them.
So we're going to go ahead and take a look at some of the B-roll from the Saturday that LA Flights Live was here. I want to give another big shout out to our live aviation colleague, Peter from LA Flights. Came to MSP for the first time, and he's just like, is this normal here? And we're like, yeah. Welcome to Minneapolis.
Yes.
So he enjoyed it, and, you know, it was really great to see him and, you know, get to see their setup and their broadcast, and got the big camera working as usual. And
they got to see what plane spotting from here at the viewing area is all about. You know, we can talk about it, they can watch it as we do the broadcast here, but when you come and actually see it and experience it for yourself, hey, there you go.
Yeah, 100%. And, you know, it's really cool when other people come in here. You know, not that we really get that. So to have somebody like him and a larger following, a bigger channel, you know, give MSP that exposure to a much larger audience, I think is really cool to see. And I think it also shows how much plane spotting has grown in popularity here at MSP, or just the awareness of it, I think is really cool to see.
Yes, for sure.
And that's something that we try and do here on our broadcast every single time that we're out here, is just to highlight all of the spotting experiences and share them with you, because we have a fantastic airport for plane spotting that not a lot of markets get the luxury of being able to take in and really access, because, you know, you look at airports like O'Hare, it's a big airport, and, you know, unless if you're on airport watch, it's pretty hard to get to some of these locations. And really just most of the airport, understandably and for good reason, you know, you can't be spotting in, you know, the secure areas, right?
Yep.
But even just like areas to publicly view the airport, yeah, you can get stuff, you know, going overhead, but the options are limited.
Yep.
They really are.
Yep, the lay of the land and how things are set up is different in every airport. They're not all the same, and they don't have this type of access.
Right. Or even if they have a public viewing area, it may or may not be next to the primary runway used for most of the action, or it might just be a lot farther removed from that action too. So there's a lot of things to kind of take into account when you're going to go and do these shows, especially on the road as LA Flights did here at MSP. I'm sure that proximity to the action, access to, you know, a space to where they could set up and run their production, and an area that was, you know, that they were able to do so. And, you know, we're very lucky to have the viewing area that we do here at MSP. So a big thank you to Mac for this community space. And it's gone far beyond just giving us AvGeeks a place to kind of do our thing. There have been real connections that have been made here. You know, I've met a couple of my good friends now here at the viewing area, and it's because of this place that I was able to meet those people. And I think that we start to look at it from a personal side of things. I mean, it goes a lot further beyond just the aircraft that this place was designed for people to see.
Right, and I know when I've been out here, I've seen families out here with their kids, and they're just so amazed and fascinated by everything that they see. And you just never know as they grow older what they may end up wanting to do as a career. So, you know, they always, you know, kids will want to say, oh, I want to be a fireman, I want to be a police officer. And when they get to see this, yeah, I want to fly airplanes.
Yeah, with an experience like this, why wouldn't you?
Yeah. And when you can get, you can see it and experience it from this vantage point because you can see so much, the 2 terminals, all the airplanes, different airlines. There's constantly action going on. Sounds to hear. And like earlier, the go around or missed approaches sometimes I would say. And hey,
it's been a while since I've seen a go around from here, so that's a terrific.
And and when I left to come out here, I was listening to the to the broadcast through the phone in my car, and so I was listening in on everything on my way out here because it's just like, come on, I want to get there. Hurry, get out of my way. don't drive 50 and a 60. So, hey, it is what it is. As I always say, glad to be here.
Have you also checked out our new merch shop, by the way?
No, I have not.
Yep. Go to MSP Airport Livegear.com. That's where you can get your merch. Your official MSP Airport Live merch now available. And I got a ton of stuff on that storefront. I had basically the whole month to work on putting some cool apparel on there. Most of it's just logo branded apparel, but there's going to be more to come.
But that's okay.
Yeah. It's a fantastic start. I already ordered a nice wool beanie hat with the MSP Live logo on it, just in time for the spring thaw.
So any hoodies or T-shirts? Or?
Yeah, we got hoodies.
Okay.
Now, T-shirts, we don't have T-shirts yet, but there's a reason, and that will become known down the road here pretty soon. So stay tuned for that.
Cool.
But
I need to get one.
Yeah, we'll have, we already have hoodies available, and we'll have links in the description where you can go check that out.
So are you doing this kind of like we do at the History Center where it's kind of print on demand and you...
It isn't print necessarily on demand. Well, actually, yes, it is print on demand. So yeah, we go through a site that will, we upload our artwork and we'll get those orders coming in, and then they'll just print it right as soon as they get the order.
Right, okay. Because then you're not dealing with all the inventory until it's, that it just doesn't sit until it sells.
Yeah, and that can be a headache in and of itself, especially when things are very slow, right?
Yep.
And by the way, there is a 10% discount code if you go to our online store and check it out. You can save 10% through the end of February with Feb 10 on our online merch store. Yep. So,
more to come.
Yeah, more to come.
Cool.
Final thoughts as we wrap it up. I can't remember if I just asked you that question, but
yeah, we did. That's okay. It's just, as I always say, it's always a privilege and honor to be here. I know my dad is watching. That I'm keeping an eye on his runway because I'll probably hear about it if I'm not. In fact, while I was at Afton today, our manager came through with her little guy, and he made the comment airplane. So I went and back, and I went and grabbed my hat and brought it out so he could see the airplane on my hat. So I told him what I was planning to do afterwards and come out, and it's just like, come on, I can't wait to get out here. I can't wait to finish my shift and clock out and get in my car and get out here because I was wanting to do this so much today. And and it was too. And it was exciting listening in on the broadcast, sharing it with the people that I'm with over there until I left, and actually finally getting out here. So life is good.
It certainly is. And it was really good to us today to be able to soak up 50 plus degree weather.
Yes.
Even though it's a little cloudy, boy, it was really fast-paced, action-packed. It's about what you'd come to expect when it comes to plane spotting at a major metropolitan airport like we are right now.
Similar call signs here. Scout 4130, you're number 1.
It was really great spending this time with you, everybody. Thank you so much for tuning into our live show.
And to be continued on the next broadcast.
Yeah, looking forward to this Thursday.
Super 8 minutes air
we will be back out here. It'll be a full show. We'll have around a noon or 1 p.m. start time, and we're going to ride that all the way to sunset.
Awesome.
And we'll have our cargo heavies back as well.
And depending on when that ends up being, I'll certainly try to get out here.
Yeah. All right, and thanks for coming on the show today, RJ. It was great to have you on. Looking forward to the next one.
Yeah, my pleasure. Always glad to be here, as I know I've already said. So when I head for home in my car, I'm just like, this was a spectacular day.
It certainly was. All right, for our entire MSP Airport Live team, for RJ Bean, I'm Alex Redding saying goodnight from Minneapolis, St. Paul. We'll see you at the next MSP Airport Live. Take care.
Welcome to DG Pilot Aviation Collectibles and More and our St. Paul showroom and warehouse. From the time your order is placed until it is delivered to you, our #1 goal is to provide you with the best customer service experience. That's why we're excited to take you behind the scenes today at our warehouse to provide you an up-close perspective of our model aircraft delivery experience. Our first step in the model aircraft delivery process takes place after your order is received. Our model aircraft delivery specialist will conduct a detailed inspection of your model for quality control to ensure we provide you with the highest quality products. Each specialist begins the inspection by removing the model from the box and performing a visual inspection of the model, checking features such as the wings, landing gear, and antenna, as well as the overall model for defects. After the inspection is complete, your model is reboxed and then prepared for packing. Each model is then bubble wrapped to provide an extra cushion to prevent any damage during shipping. After the bubble wrap process is complete, the model is then boxed for shipping. Our specialist then reconfirms your model is ready for shipping, attaches a shipping label, and then your model is sent out for delivery. We hope that you'll consider DG Pilot Aviation Collectibles for your model aircraft collecting needs. You can order products online at dgpilot.com or visit our St. Paul showroom, where we have hundreds of model aircraft to choose from. From all of us at DG Pilot, thank you for your continued business, loyalty, and support, and happy collecting.